Welcome to Hardly Initiated. It is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, and I am in here with my co-host, Ryan Ketchens.
Ready.
The good brothers are in here. These brothers never sat next to each other on any platform except Hardly Initiated. I got Wall Street Trapper. I got Anthony O'Neal in here, and we about to talk dating and relationships. Let's get to it today, family. Welcome to Hardly Initiated. It is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, my co-host, Ryan Ketchens.
I can already tell, man. It's gonna be a powerful one right here.
You need to watch too.
I discovered porn when I was a child. My mom.
To get that white man's option out of it. Pursue me, I ran.
I want dope. This is dope.
You can have a threesome. There you go.
Highly anticipated episode here tonight,
We
family.
live. Better late than never, man. We ready to rock.
Better late than never. Y'all know we got the money pulling up. You just gotta look. It's
yeah.
gonna pull up when it pull up. I'm just happy they pulled up
the
here.
fella smelling like $1 million, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies, let me tell you, the studio smell like rich cologne in here right
I'm
now.
telling you, that loud.
Yeah. I'm
you
so
know what's
excited for this episode. Let me know what's going down in here. I want everybody, let me get a feel for the room. Drop your age and your relationship status just so I can get a feel for who's in the room right now. We're going to have a good time. All right, I want your voices to be heard. So family, go ahead, send your super chats in. We'll read them out, especially the ones over 10. We'll make sure we read them out. And I got a special free giveaway for everybody in here. So stay tuned. Ryan, let them know what we got.
The giveaway is crazy. The giveaway is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy.
What you mean? What we got?
Look, we got some announcements for the people?
Live every Monday and Wednesday at 8.
That's all they got to know?
Giveaway later. That's it right now.
That's
yeah,
all?
we good.
Bam! The announcements is brief and brilliant today.
Right now, we getting straight to it.
Right.
We getting straight to it, family. Matter of fact, let me talk about the brothers here, all right? Because I got the biggest trapper in the world in the building on the set right now. This brother has been educating our community for how long, Trap?
Man, since 2014.
2014, Trap. That's a decade of putting in work.
I was in the trenches, man, talking about this, man.
Nah, you are in the trenches because the brother's still doing it now. And word on the street, I don't know, single 41, you know what I'm saying? What you looking or what?
We'll talk about it.
We got Wall Street Trapper. Welcome to Hardly Initiated, my brother.
It was good, family. I appreciate y'all for having me here again.
Yeah.
Definitely proud. It's a proud moment for me anytime I could come, just give my perspective on whatever the conversation is. Also, just got so much respect for this king right here.
Yeah.
Heard so much about him, saw so much of his amazing content. So it's always a pleasure for me to sit in a room next to somebody like this. So salute to you, King, and salute to y'all, brother, for even bringing this.
Appreciate you. This is the second time.
This is the second time.
And look, if y'all haven't seen Traps, we had a sit down with Trap, which was super dope.
Yeah. Last year.
Yeah, transformational story.
Yeah.
Man, Trap, let me tell you, so many men, when we asked them what was their favorite episode, they like, yo, the one with Trap. Yeah.
Big Trap.
Yeah.
I just feel like that people love authenticity. I feel like I relate to a lot of men, just coming from nothing, being in the trenches. And we all want to be successful. We all want to come from, that stronghold that the streets have on us. And we don't always know our way out, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've been so blessed by God, man. His grace, His extended His grace to me so much. And so why would I not just tell my story the way I lived it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't got to make nothing up, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like when people see me, they're like, yo, that's me.
Mm-hmm. They
Representation is everything. Verbiage makes us connect. You know what I'm saying? When we are separated from where we're from, the first thing they take away from is our language, right? They take your language so you can't relate to the person next to you. So for me, being a successful black man that I've been blessed to be, I still like to keep that language so that people see me and like, no, that's it. I feel it in my spirit. I can hear it. It's like when you can be in the wild or you could be in the wilderness as an animal, but you'll know your cubs cry, or your cub will know your roar, or your sound. It's because that vibration is the same. And so I feel like men that come from, even when women hear me, they like, no, that's my brother, that's my kid's father, that's my uncle, so and I think that's needed in this world today, like authentic representation. And it's taken away from nobody else,
right?
Yes.
But I'm gonna be authentically me as long as I'm here. And so, that's why I think that gravitational pull, like my message is galvanizing so many people's heart, man. So I love that.
There you go.
Absolutely, man.
And there you have it, man. I got you already kind of popped off the intro for the brother sitting over here right next to
Yeah.
you.
Phenomenal,
I'm going to go ahead and finish it off.
Hey, yo, helping us getting close to the check, man.
Ma-
So,
man.
we had to get him on the show.
Thank you. I had a conversation with Ayo, and
Just
I was
one.
let me tell you, after that conversation with you, me and Ryan went on a midnight walk.
Oh yeah.
you know when you ever had one of those, you so inspired you can't sleep.
Look, so we went on the walk, right?
Right.
All the goals that we had for fourth quarter, we just threw them out.
Threw 'em out.
It's trash. It's trash. But that just show you. I mean, this thing, literally, one conversation could change the entire trajectory of your personal and your business life.
Facts.
And you actually had that conversation with Tyshawn. We ready to take it to the next level.
Man,
now.
Anthony O'Neal, financial literacy coach, best-selling author.
Come on, man.
Also, a 40-year-old bachelor out here in these streets. No kids, ladies.
Recently
Hey,
40.
drop single in the chat, ladies. If you, hey, look, let's see who knows. All right.
Yeah, listen, y'all
Well,
better get ready too. 'Cause
Welcome.
Listen, we're gonna allow y'all. We didn't even tell them. We're gonna allow y'all to shoot y'all shot at these brothers live on air. Look, no, trap.
Hey, shoot your shot at Trap. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Please don't.
Hey, welcome Anthony O'Neal to the set.
Hey,
welcome, family. It's a blessing to have you here sitting with us.
No, man. Again, thank you all so much, man, for having me on. We've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I was able to get out to Atlanta to sit down with y'all. And man, I'm so connected to other big names. And when I'm in rooms and on phones, it's like, yo, when you're in Atlanta, you gotta holla at Trap. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, everyone's telling me about Trap. I'm like, what's up with Trap? And then we got a mutual friend, Neo. And Neo's been like,
My God.
He's dope.
I need you to meet Trap, man. So I give credit to where credit is due, bro. You've been in the trenches, a while, and I've been following you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
And I appreciate you, man. And y'all, I want to see y'all win. It's like I remember myself. I walked into a room and I said, I need help. And I remember it was an older, wiser guy who gave me all the help. And so for me, my whole thing is, man, why not help your brothers win?
Yeah.
Because I believe if I sow a seed, I'm going to reap that seed.
Yeah.
And I don't have to reap it from a financial perspective. God can open up other doors because I was obedient and a good steward of what he's given me. So the wisdom and knowledge that I have is not for just Anthony O'Neal.
Yeah.
It's for my brothers and sisters in the Lord in Christ. And so I was like, yo, hey, let's run a play, but let's not get it twisted. I gave y'all a play, not even knowing that you all had a play for me. And I said, hey, y'all, do y'all have any wisdom on this? And then y'all did that, and then y'all put another 6 figures in my pocket. So we both,
Let's
we
go.
both helped out
Crazy.
each other, man.
You heard
So-
that Delano 10% check coming in the mail soon, baby.
And listen, everybody watching this conversation here will be equally blessed.
Yes.
That is my word. So stay in here. In fact, we started a little late. So everybody in here, share this. Hit that like button here early so we can continue to spread this message because I want as many people in here as possible.
And real quick, we just got a super chat come in. I'm going to read this and then
Yes.
give a shout out to our episode sponsors. Shout out to Janelle, 15 months membership.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Salute to that.
Trap's story is so incredible and beautiful. A newfound respect for him after watching that episode. His success is so well deserved. Lastly, and as always, so proud of you, Ty and Ryan.
Another one.
Shout out to
I
Janelle.
like that.
15 months is incredible.
Salute.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. And guys, don't forget about our episode sponsor, Harley and Love Dating Cards. This is the thing, guys. Tyshawn, myself, and Delano spent a lot of time creating 100 prompt questions for you to take your dating experience, your family experience, your vacation experience to the next level. So please click the link in the description. And specifically for today, because we are talking about dating for marriage, we are talking about relationships, 20% off your entire order, WIFE. All you got to do is use a promo code WIFE, and you will get 20% off your order.
Wow.
I like it.
What about the brothers, though?
They typed that in too.
They need that.
20% off for you too.
That's an
WIFE, baby.
affirmation. Right,
All right?
That's an affirmation right there.
Wow.
It's an affirmation for all of us out here. So let's we're going to get straight into the conversation, Ryan. That's what we want to do?
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and get straight into it because, man, a big conversation here that I want to bring some clarity to, and I got the right brothers to do it. It's a conversation in the space. A lot of ladies have sent us videos of other young ladies speaking about their perspective of men.
Right.
Similar of you guys' avatar. The guys who are 40, the guys who are pretty successful, but somehow the brothers are still single. We got a ton of these videos that we can pull from, but I actually want to start here with just one of them, just to give you guys some perspective to it, because this is how we're going to pop off the conversation. I want y'all to listen to this video here. Go ahead and get a run at Lano.
Men go through their own life stages. Men. I'm not talking about boys. Because you have some men that are 40 years old and they should already be in the king stage. King stage means that he's already financially stable. He's already at a place where he has built his home, or he is ready to build his home. He is ready to get married. This is the reason why I say if a man is 40 and over and he's not married, he's a no man, okay? 9 times out of 10, there's always exceptions, okay? But I'm talking about it as a general rule. If a man is 40 and over and he is not seriously dating somebody with the intentions of marrying her, he just been jumping from one relationship to another, he's damaged goods. Emotionally stagnant. He's stuck in the childish night stage.
So, this is actually something that I have heard a lot of women agreeing with.
Damaged goods.
And a guy who's just playing around. And first of all, I want to drop a poll because I just want to get a feel for what the audience thinks here in the room. The poll here, is it a red flag for a man to be over 40 and single? Now, I don't know if even women nor even men really understands what it takes to build yourself up as a man and really be qualified and ready to run, manage, lead a family. Because it takes a bit, it takes a lot. So I actually want to get my brothers here perspective, because when you hear that coming out of this young lady's mouth here, and many here in our culture, hey, yo, what's the first thing you think?
I think I 50% agree with her. You know, I think that if I'm 40 and I'm not financially stable, that is a red flag. If I'm 40 and I don't have a relationship with Christ or striving to have a relationship with Christ, that is a red flag. If I'm 40 and I'm still living at home or still renting an apartment with my homeboy, that is a red flag. But I also think the 50% where I disagree at is singleness is not a curse and marriage is not the answer. One of my good friends, Pastor Darius Daniels, said that, and I think sometimes we have to step back and before we assess someone simply because of their age, let's have a conversation with that individual and have an understanding of who they are and what they're doing. And so for me, you know, I'm financially stable. You know, I have an established business. I'm walking the line with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Not perfect, right? But the reason why I am single today is not because of another woman. It is because of Anthony O'Neal and some of the immature decisions that I've made in the past when it comes to actually dating. I could have been married and I should have been married, but I was immature to do it the right way. And so now that I submit myself to wiser, older couples who are in the kingdom, who are guiding me along this journey, I'm going to be married soon. Don't get it twisted. But I do believe that there is a part of this, what she's saying is true. Any of my brothers who are in my circle, and I think honestly, if you're over 35 and you're financially struggling, we have a deeper problem. Period.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Trap, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
I look at it from a similar perspective, and I hear him, and I'm like, dang, that's so good, because I'll use myself for an example. All right, so all right, let me say this. People can be in love with the aroma of marriage and being together, but not know what it costs, right? That cost can be very expensive, right? And so I look at myself and say, maybe a couple years ago, like I was dating this woman, right? And the residue of what I had came from was still in the pot.
Facts.
Still in my heart. Right, I come from the streets. Like trauma is embedded in who I am.
Facts.
Right, and so I had this woman really like love on me in a way that I had never experienced in my entire life. Talking praying over me. I'm talking support at the highest level. Patient. It's the same thing that Galatians 5:22 talks about. Right. Fruit of the Spirit was in her, right? And so for me, my way of loving her was telling her about my past. My way of loving her was taking on lavish trips. My way of loving her was like having her around my kid, but I never expressed it because the trauma in me said that if you express this now opens up a sense of vulnerability that exposes you in a way that when I was 16, I got set up by a woman who wound up having a gun put to my head, which wound up making me shoot a man, which is how I go to prison for 10 years. And so my past experiences, because we can only live life through the lens of the experiences we've been through until we get into a connection with God.
Facts.
And so I wasn't all the way there yet, right? And so I had to tell that woman in the moment, like, yo, you know what? Like, I can't love you the way that you need to be loved because I don't have the tools.
Wow.
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 I don't have the tools. This is 2 years ago.
Wow.
Like, yo, I don't have the tools. Now, I'm a 40-year-old man when it comes to success, when it comes to business, when it comes to loving my kid. Like, I'm top tier. But emotionally, I'm bankrupt.
Yeah.
I'm bankrupt.
Would you say spiritually you was bankrupt too?
Yeah. Because I was seeking, but watch this. I wasn't seeking in wholeness.
Right.
My heart posture wasn't right.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I told her that, what I did was, I don't know if it's the right or wrong way, but I isolated myself. I went to therapy. I went to seeking that wise counsel.
Yeah.
That married couple that's married and they seek God, Pastor Don, Eric Thomas. Like, I'm seeking these men and I'm laying at their feet like, bro, like help me. Help me figure this out, because in my mind, I knew that woman was my wife.
Yeah.
But now you got to do the work on what it takes to be a husband.
Right.
And so now you got to get in the book and understand. I just asked my partner, I said, what is love to you, bruh? And so he answered all these questions. I said, but we can't gauge love on that. If we gonna really gauge love, we got to gauge love on what the book tell us love is.
Yes, sir.
It is gentle, it is kindness. Watch this, it's long suffering.
Yeah.
It's patient. So I had to redefine my idea of, oh, this is why I couldn't love her, because I had the wrong definition. Because where I come from, my definition of love was, are you willing to die for me, dog? Are you willing to go to jail for me, dog? You willing to risk your life for me, dog? You willing to risk your freedom for me, bruh? Or if you ain't willing to do that, nah, we good, bruh. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I had to transform my idea of it. And so I agree with her in ways, but I also understand we also got to take into account the value of that man and what he been through. Like, because if he's never been in a situation where he's truly been exposed to love, how can he give what he's never received? I can love my child because that's my blood, that's flesh of my flesh, that's blood of my blood. I'm a tap. That's an innate nature. But to love someone who doesn't come from the same blood as me, that's a whole different level of vulnerability and exposure that I have no idea what it is. Right. And I had to go out in the wilderness and learn what that was and seek that through the word. And now I come back and be like, yo, okay, I have the tools now.
Yeah.
And now that I have the tools, now I judge myself on how do I move forward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was that the first woman that you think that could have been your wife?
First woman in my life that I ever said I love you to. I said it after I've been to therapy, and after I was like, yo, I love you.
How did that feel when you said that?
Man, I felt vulnerable.
Yeah.
I felt scared. I felt defenseless. I felt at the whim of what she said next.
Ooh.
Well, wait.
First off, let me tell you something. I am also in my first vulnerable relationship. First one. And it's a feeling like in your chest when you telling some business that you ain't never told before.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
And you saying something that you probably ain't never even told your closest boys.
Facts. Or your parents.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really like ripping off a little Band-Aid. Especially like us, because you know, Trap, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get a cut. It's really supposed to be major surgery. We just put a little Band-Aid on it.
Some Neosporin.
Put a little Neosporin on it.
Good.
But you know, you rip it off, it's still bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's a very the word vulnerable space to be in. And was that the wake up call though? Was that the wake up call that it's time to get to work? What was it?
It was when I realized how my life felt without her.
This was after she was gone.
Yeah. So my partner 500 asked me a question one day, and he said, I have a few people that I really talk to, and I was like, dog, like, he asked me, he said, how would you feel if she went dated somebody else? And the ego in me, the man who I was at the moment, like, I'm Big Trap, man. What you talking about, dog? Like, I'm caked up. I'm top tier. Like, what you talking about? I'm top of the food chain out here.
Big dog. Yeah.
I'm in Atlanta, dog.
Right.
Just
Talking about, I got access.
Yeah.
I got access. So initially, my flesh didn't I responded in the way that you would respond. And I remember just going through my life, and don't get me wrong, I was dating women, and like nothing, no disrespect to nobody, but I was like, that ain't her. Nah, she wouldn't have did that. And so I would do speaking engagements, and we still had minor talk, and I would look for her. She wasn't there, and I was like, damn, okay. And I just remember just saying like, all right, I remember going out the country by myself, and I said, nah, she should be here. I never want to not spend a moment without her. And so I came back and I was like, yo, this what we on. And then, you know, it was me then trying to bully my way in her life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait. Let's walk through this.
Yeah.
Let's walk through this because so it's because this is stages in this joint. What you got, Ryan?
Well, because before that, because the ladies, they hear that. They hear from men sometimes. They got a good man, what they think is a good man, and he comes to her, and he's like, hey, right now is not the best time.
Yeah.
So is that the best decision? Once a man, he knows he's got the right woman, but he doesn't quite got it all together yet. Is that the best thing for the man to do, is to walk away from that relationship?
So I don't think we will ever have it all together.
Facts.
We'll never have it all, because we are hunters. It's in us to lead from 4 different ways. We lead financially first, because that's what helps us feel confident in the world.
Right.
We lead through strength, because that what helps us feel confident. But then we have to lead emotionally and spiritually. Right. And for me, the spirituality has to be the foundation, because God gives us the steps. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I don't know if I did it right or not. I'm, telling her that I'm about to go to therapy and get myself worked on. I don't know if I did the right thing. I probably could have told her, hey, let's do it together, because she was willing to do it with me. Right. But when I stepped away, it devastated her, because you got to realize for 2 years almost, like, we did everything together.
Yeah.
And so now we wasn't together for a year, and now she has to go through life without a person who she thought was her partner.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you never know when you separate, even though I did it with the right intention, right? Because as men, we have this idea that we got to go into isolation to rejuvenate ourselves.
That's true.
To get right. We
That's
think
true.
like, I don't want nobody around me.
Yeah.
I need to be quiet. I don't need to hear. We don't know how to communicate if we go back to the Garden of Eden. God creates Eve after he gives Adam, but he first gave Adam an assignment. Here's your assignment, bruh. And he said, you know what? He not made to do this by himself. Right? But the one thing that they lacked, the reason why everything went south, was because Adam had the assignment, but he didn't communicate enough with Eve. He didn't communicate enough. There wasn't enough communication. Hey, put that down. We got an assignment. You're my help. Me. Assignment. We're on assignment. Move. Right? And so he now becomes a victim of him not communicating enough. That's what that is. So for us, we don't communicate enough, because we want to isolate and be like, man, I ain't tripping, man. I'm about to do this, and then she'll be here when I get back. Or if she not here, we get into the ego thing. And at 42, I've learned that when you sow from the flesh, you reap from the flesh.
Facts.
That's a big fact.
No, that's facts.
Wow.
That's facts.
Now, well, yeah, I see. He ready. He ready. He wants some more love story.
Well. It's first of all.
Tyshawn lips over there quivering.
Well, because first of all, here's the thing. I gotta get Ayo busy, because Ayo about to get busy.
No,
but I'm just so curious.
No, but I think
just
we gotta
break
live
that one
right
down.
then. Yeah.
Just give clarity to what exactly that means. When you sow from the flesh,
Yeah.
you reap from the flesh.
So when we think about it, we supposed to live in the fruit of the spirit. So God's universal language and principle is love. This is universal language and principle, right? And so once we understand what those characteristics are, and I was telling my partner this earlier, I said, if we made in the image of God, that means if you put up a mirror, then I have those same capabilities, right? And so if he led with love, then why don't we lead with love?
Facts.
Ugh.
Facts.
Why don't we lead with, if he led with compassion, why don't we lead with compassion?
Facts.
If he led with understanding, why don't we lead with understanding? Right? And then on the flip side, it tells us that anger is of the flesh.
Yeah.
Right? It tells us that man's wrath is of the flesh. It tells us be anxious for nothing. Right? These are of the flesh. So we got to constantly kill the flesh. So if you sow through the flesh, if you go through life angry, if you go through life anxious, if you go through life desperate for anything but God's love, if you go through life basing everything off of lust, if you go through life as men basing everything off your penis, if you go through life basing everything off of how I feel, if you go through life basing everything off of that, then you will get that in return. So you will get anger in return. You will get the fruits of anger in return. You will get the fruits of desperation in return. You will get the fruits of lust in return. You will get the fruits of your desires that are not of God in return. And so for me, I don't want that because I already know that what God has for me is like the most profound thing that ever happened to me in my life.
I am delivered.
But then, if we go back to that video, this is a 42-year-old single man who she just said is a red flag.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is a 42-year-old man that should be a green flag. The fact that this man and myself, and I think there's other men in their 40s, we are admitting, hey, I wasn't right.
Yes.
I am doing the best I can now to become better.
Yes. Right.
Not to become perfect, because none of us can become perfect, right? And so when I sit here and I hear Trap, and he mentioned Don, like, I just want y'all to understand, I've known Pastor Don since I was 20 years old. This is not a guy who doesn't play with relationships.
Facts.
This is a guy who ain't gonna sit there and just see you cheating, see you doing something wrong. No, this is a guy that sat at the table and told me, Anthony, here's the reason why you are still single.
Facts.
Wow.
And so the fact that this guy, myself, we have these kind of people in our lives, that's not a red flag. That is a green flag. When we're sitting here saying, you know what, 40 years old, I was jacked up. I was wrong. I did it wrong.
Yeah.
38 years old, for me, I was jacked up and I did it wrong. I don't have Trap story, but I was engaged to an amazing woman.
At 38 years old.
At 30.
30.
And she was 44.
Wow.
Facts. And so I'm sitting here, and here's the truth. I knew she wasn't my wife. But because I stayed in the
prior engagement.
Prior engagement, I knew she wasn't my wife. But I come from the opposite. I grew up in the church. And you don't waste no one's time. And you get married. It is better to marry than it is to burn. So it's like, if you sitting there having sex, go get married, go get married. And so I'm like, well, let me get married. I've been dating her for 4 years, but I was immature. I wasn't ready for it. I knew she wasn't my wife, but I proposed because I was pressured into marriage, but no one sat down with me and said, here's how you become a man of God.
Come on.
But in the church, I was taught, get married, get you a good job, get the 401k benefits,
Come on.
get you the good home,
Come on.
and you're going to have a good life.
Come on.
But no one sat down and said, Anthony, here's how you properly date.
Come on.
Here's how you grow as a man and open up the word. Here's what you do in these scenarios and these situations. So I learned how to date and to pursue a woman from the streets. And the streets is not, that's in here. So now it was, let's have sex. Right. Now this was, she looked good. Now this was, I remember, man, I left an amazing woman back in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My boys came to me and said, you don't bring sand to the beach because I'm going to Jacksonville, Florida to be a youth pastor. So in my head, I'm like, damn, you're right. I don't bring sand to the beach. But no one taught me. No one had this conversation, but I knew how to shout. I knew how to run around the church. I knew how to speak in tongues, fake, not truly from the spirit, right? So no one really taught me that. And so now at this season of my life, I'm like, Trap. I'm like, man, I've had the sex.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I've had the beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
Now I want substance.
Yes.
Now I want a partner.
Yeah.
Now I want favor. I know for a fact God has me at a glass ceiling because he knows what's on the other side of this glass. If I'm still single, I'm not going to be able to handle that season of my life. And I admit that. I know that. So I sit back and I study. I submit to Pastor Don, to Pastor Darius, to my pastor, and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm maturing. And if that is a red flag, you're just not my wife.
That's right.
Let me ask you this, because you said something very important, and I think is what a lot of us are missing, especially the younger guys. Because you said Pastor Don actually said, here is why you are single.
Facts. Yeah.
So when he did that diagnosis on you, what did he discover was the issue that you was having?
Oh man, he called me out. Specifically, it was him, and y'all had him on the show, Pastor Darius, and we were at the Pastors and Leadership Conference with Bishop T.D. Jakes and them, and we all went to lunch, and it was just Darius, myself, and Pastor Don, and Pastor Don's wife. And
Shout out to Miss Phaedra.
Yes, man, love Phaedra, right? And I want to say this first. The reason why they did that is because I gave them permission to do that in my life. And I think a lot of younger men do not give older and wiser men permission to speak into their life.
Wise counsel.
That's a big fact.
But here's what I be tripping on. But you give the streets permission to speak into your life.
That's a fact.
So for me, I've always said, you know what, Don, Pastor Darius, I give y'all the permission. And my pastor, Pastor Stephen Chandler, I give y'all the permission to call me out.
Come on.
And when he called me out, he was like, Anthony, you got money, you got success, you got wealth, you have it all, but you don't have intentionality.
Come on.
And I'm sitting there like, intentionality? He was like, yeah, you could have been married, but you're not being intentional in the pursuit of dating. And so when they called me out on that one, man, my first response wasn't like, nah, yes, I am. I said, break that down for me. What you mean by that?
Yeah.
Because I thought I did have intentionality, but clearly they've been married for 20, 30 plus years.
Yeah, man.
Like intentionality from their eyes as a wiser, smarter man, they could see something different in me. And I was like, bet. Came home, went back to my therapist, started working on it. Talked to my pastor, me and him play golf. I'm like, man, talk to me. Like, talk to me. He said, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, talk to me. And so now, no, I'm not perfect. Yes, I'm still making mistakes. But each and every single one of those guys would tell you, I think that the reason why I see Trap and I know Trap is because I see Pastor Don in his life.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like I see the mentorship from what we knew from Trap years ago to what we see in Trap now.
Yeah.
I know Pastor Don, and I've known him longer, and I see him in Wall Street.
Yeah.
So this is what I know. This man is growing, and I'm like, any man, any woman look at this man and say this is a red flag. To me, respectfully saying this, that is a spiritual immature woman.
Yeah.
Because there's God all in this man. He ain't perfect. I ain't perfect.
Yeah, man.
But when we get around the right people, the spirit of who we around is going to come out.
Yeah.
And so for me, man, I appreciate those guys. Yeah. Because Don will call me out, Darius would call me out, and I got 3 guys that would call me out that have been married for years, man. And I don't mean no disrespect, man, but you know, single relationship experts can't give me wisdom on getting married.
That's a fact.
You know, and it's like, because I want to be married and I want to live, right? But that's my thoughts, man.
No, that's real. And look, first of all, y'all already see that weight of this conversation. Yeah. Hit that like right now.
1,000 people in the chat
share
right
this. Now. We gotta fill this room up right now because this is powerful for the brothers and also the sisters. Because a lot of you, I'm reading the emails. I see what's going down. You talked about men wanting strength and the paper first. Yeah. And the reality of it is we want it because it probably most instantly gratifies our lives and it most instantly makes us attractive to the ladies. So that's also the first thing that they see. A brother's strength, right? And a brother's paper and what he's done. Now, those other aspects though, what you talked about, his spiritual leadership, his emotional maturity. That's what gives the relationship longevity in life. Right. But that's not always looked for. So, in your opinion, I want to know, how is it possible that a young lady can see whether or not a man is ready for a relationship? Because she looked at you, Trap, and she thought it was time. But what can they look at to see whether or not this man is ready for a real long-term relationship?
So I'll use my experience. Even when I'll say the year that we were, because we still not together, but I'm in pursuit, right? I'm
Pursue, brother.
Yeah,
Keep pursuing. I hope she watching right now.
I'm in active pursuit. You feel me? And what I will say was the year that we weren't together, she went to therapy. So even if us being together prior to that, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. And the reason why it wouldn't have worked, because she had to go do some work. She just told me this the other day. She said, I'm working on what it takes to be a wife now. Wow. So what happens is, for a woman, have you done the work on you yet? Right? Because when you do the work on you, the healed version of the man, you'll attract him.
Agreed.
When you ain't did the work on you, you got to ask yourself that question. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't know. But here's what I do know. Now I'm super attracted to her because I see her doing crazy work. Like, the physical is like, yup, she's super dope. But I see her doing the crazy work. Like, I see her, like, I just texted and said, yo, your obedience is a gift of God. Right? So if a woman, you looking for a man, like, if you're not spiritual, if you don't believe in God, I don't know. But if you believe in God, like, your spiritual wholeness will show you that, because you're not going to align. Like, prime example, I'll give you an example. Woman Evolve just passed. Pastor Don calls me at 12 o'clock at night, FaceTime me. He said, you love me? I said, man, you know I love you, man. I ain't answering the phone after 12 o'clock for nobody, man. What's happening with you? He FaceTimes me and he sees her. He says, look who with me. I said, dang, that's dope. He said, what you doing? He looked down, I'm reading. I'm in Hebrews chapter 11. He said, listen. He stepped away from her and Phaedra go talk. He said, listen, go to Hebrews 10, 34 and 35, and then go to whole Hebrews chapter 11. That's that's like the faith of heroes. And then go to 12, he's going to introduce Jesus. So what I'm saying is, she's in a conference to get whole. She's in a conference to have an experience. But while we not together, while we not talking, I'm in the Word.
Right. You working.
It's 12 o'clock at night in the gym. It's 12 o'clock at night. He called me like, you love me? I'm like, man, you know I love you, bro. What's up? He said, look. I said, oh, wow. Okay. He said, what you doing? I said, man, I'm just here reading this Hebrews right quick, trying to get some understanding. I'm just trying to get some understanding. It's 12 o'clock at night.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, when you're seeking, seek from a God perspective. Seek from that God. Seek from that perspective of, I'm looking for the man who rib I came out of. I'm looking for the man. I'm seeking the man that God has designed and destined me for. And if you don't have that relationship with God, I probably don't have nothing to tell you. But that's the journey I'm on. I don't want nothing for myself. I just told Pastor Donis the other day, I said, I don't want my heart's desires, because my heart ain't in the right place yet. I'm still working on it. So I just want what God wants for me. My heart desires ain't right yet. It ain't right yet.
Right.
I'm just being realistic. It ain't right. I'm still working. Right? I've been a certain way for 30-something years, because I'm 42 years old. I've been a certain way. 1 year therapy don't mean I'm good.
Facts.
1 year spiritual guidance, I'm better than I was.
Yeah.
I'm way better than I was.
Yeah.
But I'm still evolving. So I can't even put the pressure on her to be like, come on, man, what you doing? You see me working. I told you in the beginning, I was trying to bully it.
Right.
Like, man, I've been in therapy for a year. Man, I've been getting this spiritual guidance for a year. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's the man.
You ain't working hard enough.
How you chiming in on this, Ayo? Because you talk about the fruits of the spirit. I think Tyshawn went live last night on Instagram. He was bringing some ladies up. They was having a good time, and he brought one particular young lady up, and she mentioned, I think she said, she was like, no, he's a good guy. She said, well, she made a comment. I think she says, I can see his fruits. And my initial thought, because I was actually looking, I was getting a haircut. And I thought, how she know? How she know what his fruits look like? That's what I was thinking.
She's probably talking about the whip. She's talking about the whip.
Because from what I understand, she only had been dating the dude for a couple of months. Now, what I'm thinking, I don't think that's enough time to see if somebody is really good on this
fruit then.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us know.
Yeah.
How piggyback off what Trap was saying, how does a woman distinguish the fruits of somebody she's dating?
Well, last year I spoke at Women Evolve, and Sarah asked me the same question.
Phenomenal.
And I said, man, she said, how do we, ladies are tired of dating potential.
Right.
And I said, well, I agree. You shouldn't date potential, but you should date the fruit of the potential. And I think that to answer y'all's direct question, how can a woman identify the fruit of his relationship with God? Fruit was at 12 o'clock at night, he ain't thinking about shawty. He ain't thinking about Woman Evolve. He ain't thinking about Pastor Don. And he's called out of nowhere. And you see fruit of his relationship with God, because out of nowhere, I'm calling. He can't fake it, right? What are you doing? I'm reading. I'm in the Bible. That's fruit. Yeah. If you pay attention to, hey, you know what? If a man, we tend to have pride issues. How can you see it? If a man doesn't have pride issues, if he can set aside his flesh, set aside his pride, that's fruit. And so I think if we could really pay attention to that, man, ladies can do it. Now, for me, you know, I think on this one, I can't speak for every single man.
Facts.
Because every single man is not Anthony O'Neal.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And every single man is going to have their own issues and their own journey with God. And I think what we have to do is really center ourselves in Christ and really ask Christ to give us wisdom and knowledge and give us a spirit of discernment on what's in front of us. And that's not just women, that's men. And I don't want to attack women, but men, we got to have spirit of discernment too when it comes to women.
Absolutely.
We always hear the ladies talking about, man, I got to have spirit of discernment. God going to lead me. Brothers, God got to lead you to choose right too.
That's a big fact.
You know, because it's like, that's going to be the mother of your child. That's going to be the partner for the rest of your life. That is going to be your prayer covering.
Person you spend the most time with.
Right. And so for me, I want my woman to cover me in prayer.
Yeah.
I want my woman to where when I'm vulnerable and I'm honest, she doesn't take my vulnerability and turn it into a weapon.
Yes, come on.
And so for me, we got to be wise as well as men and don't think with our flesh and with our lower head, think with our top head and our spirit.
That's good.
And so I think for me, what I'm doing is I'm really learning. I'm stepping back to be like, all right, man, she looked good. Set that to the side.
Yeah.
She bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm no longer going off of just physical looks. I'm going off of spiritual looks.
Yeah, man.
Emotional looks. And patience. Because I'm still a man and I'm still growing.
Right.
And so, and I need a woman that can do that. And if she can turn around and look at me and see, yo, I'm submitted. I'm not just submitted to the vision, to making money. Nah, man, I'm submitted to God. I'm submitted to leadership, and I'm trying to become better.
That's good.
I like that.
And I think if I had a daughter, don't date no man who's not submitted to his father and to a spiritual father.
That's good.
That's a whole nother conversation.
watch
Me
this.
and
That's
him
coming.
me and him had a debate over that.
That's coming. That's
You
actually
had a debate over that?
Right, we
That
did.
conversation is
We-
coming.
it's yeah.
Don't worry, it's coming.
Because
in,
in
in fact,
Then
hold
we gotta
hold
talk.
on.
I'm with you.
I want to hear
I'm with
let's
you. Tie the ops on that one. He the ops on that one.
let's
Let me close
let's
the
get the
poll.
poll. Yeah, close that poll.
So-
We got 500 people that went ahead and filled the poll out.
So, guys, I'm going to close this poll. Is it a red flag for a man to be over 40 and single? And shout out to Shay, your love diva. Want to put some respect on her name, so please send these clips to her, send a video to her so we can get her on the show as well. It would have been nice if we would have had her on to give her some little perspective on this. But is it a red flag for a man to be single and over 40? We got the first option is absolutely be careful. The second option is no way, she's tweaking. I think the lot almost wrote that poll. But guys, over 500 votes, 59% of people in the chat, and it's 1,200 people in the chat right now,
Come on,
says
man.
no way. Says no way, that's not true, which I'm surprised by. I would have thought more of the ladies would have said absolutely. It's a red
40%
flag.
of the ladies still said absolutely. So you
Yeah.
can see this is still a
very
big
It's
an
thing.
issue.
Yeah, that ain't lopsided.
That a lot
for
of
sure.
a lot of women are still thinking. So I'm happy we got the brothers up here to speak for their side.
And you guys are motivated though. You guys are motivated to get the right woman.
Yeah.
So and the thing is, and listen, y'all some good guys.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good guys out there. But I would not say the majority of guys is the good guys that we talking about. I would not say the majority of guys are in the positions that you guys in to get the financial stability and then now have the priority to be able to prioritize.
Be
the spirit-
intentional
the
about it.
intentional. Right.
I think it's a process, though.
Facts.
I think it's a process. Like, I didn't think I would be here, right? Like, I just was walking in purpose. even when I wasn't trying to. Like, I was just trying to get my dogs out the hood and just showing that the stock market was a way that we can get out the hood, right? And that turned into something massive, right? And along the way, I learned so much. And I developed. And as men, we all develop in different stages. Environments matter. Like Anthony said, Ayo just said something that was dope a little bit earlier. He said, we allow the streets to tell us certain things. And I'm going to go even further. We allow the streets to set the standard.
Facts. Facts. Come on, bro.
We allow I know I did.
Yes, sir.
I allow the streets to set the standard.
Yes, sir.
And so what happens is when you allow the streets to set the standard for so long, you have to now go back and tear that wall down.
Facts.
And that in itself is a whole emotional roller coaster, because now you're asking yourself, what do I believe in now? If that was the standard of my life, and I'm gonna say that is no longer the standard, now what do I believe in?
Right. Yep.
Where do I get guidance from? Because all my OGs believe that that's the standard.
Yep.
Everybody around me believe it. So now you saying I gotta go now and be around a new group of men. My trauma says I ain't grow up with them dudes.
Facts. Facts.
My trauma said them dudes ain't been in no kill. My dog right there, we did prison time together. He
Wow.
did 15 years for manslaughter. I did 10 years for attempt murder. I trust him with my life. I trust him with my life. I know what he willing to do.
Right.
He know our relationship was built on, I know what you willing to do. You know what I'm willing to do. There's no gray area right here.
Facts. Facts.
80% of the people who I'm really tied to have did prison time for some type of violent crime. Our standards are all the same. And so now if you want, I got to change that. So now I got to, listen, you cannot demolish or renovate or restore something without tearing down, and tearing down means pain.
Sure does.
Yeah.
And the one thing the body and the mind and the spirit does not want pain. You're designed to go the opposite way.
Yeah.
If we think about Jonah, God gave him instructions. Go teach about repentance. Why he didn't do it? The flesh said, I don't like them people over there. I don't like them. So he went the opposite way. We go the opposite way. So I had to say, okay, it was a brother like NEAL and a brother like, they said, hey, Trap, you got to come from New Orleans, bro, because you're more important to the culture. That was a different type of love. Because 500 said, bro, look, I was living in a condo in New Orleans. My dog Trap, we just talked about this. I said, bro, I had the chopper at the door. In the condo, bro. I'm like, I got the chopper at the door. I'm already a millionaire at this point. I got the chopper at the door. Why? Because my trauma, the residue there. And so when 500 said, bro, come to Atlanta, bro. Like, and if I'm about to move out of my house and move to another house, bro, you can just stay in my house. That's a whole different kind of love right there.
Sure is, bro. Sure
I was
is.
like, ooh, that's different. I ain't never felt that one before. So now I'm introduced to a different kind of love. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know this exists now because this go against everything I've been taught.
Yeah.
If somebody invite me to a house that I can stay in, it's a trap house, fam. Look, I'm trapping out the front, you sleep in the back room, dog. So my whole thesis on what that was changed. My whole thesis on how to love women changed. Mind you, I seen my mama get shot when I'm 9. That already put a whole type of trauma in my brain.
Yeah.
I go to prison. My mama go to prison. Abandonment issue 101. My mama go to prison. I'm homeless. My mama go to prison. My grandmother passed away. It ain't that my family didn't love me, but we in the hood. Nobody want to take on no extra plate in their house. We talking real life right here. So this female issues right here.
Yeah.
I ain't love the female, but me and her was real cool, but she set me up. Okay, my mama done went to prison. My grandmother passed away. I'm homeless. I finally get myself up. I'm rocking with this girl. She set me up. I wound up having to shoot a man 6 times. This traumatic right here. This traumatic right here.
Traumatic as hell.
I come home from prison. My homies dealing with, dancers and stuff. They using dancers to set dudes up. I'm cool with the dancers who setting dudes up. It's a traumatic experience with women. So now life has already now established a relationship between me and women. I can have this relationship with them, but you can only get too close, because if you get too close, here's what happens. You're going to be vulnerable. This was happening when vulnerability comes. You feel that fire. And the body says, the residue that says we don't want to feel that fire. So now at 40 years old, when this woman is praying over me and loving on me and supporting on me, I remember the first time, bro, I promise you, for my birthday, she rented a yacht. Me and her go on the yacht. I'm in Miami. I text my homie her address, her Instagram. And I said, hey, bruh, this who I'm with. This is the address. This is the Instagram. This is where I'm going. If something turn out wrong, bro, this who you go get. I promise you I did that.
Wow.
I told her about 2 months later. She said, you serious? I said, what? Here go the text.
Wow. Wow.
I put it in a group chat with my homies. Come to Miami, fam. This what happened. Bro, when I say it's there, I had to change the whole perspective. Yeah. So when she trying to love on me, I'm like, and it's even worse now because I was super successful beyond what I could ever dream of. Yeah. So no, bro, I had to go back and say, nah, okay, this ain't right. So while she trying to love on me, bro, I'm fighting my old demons with the new version of who I'm trying to be. Now I'm having anxiety attacks. I'm with her for 2 days. The third day, I'm cold. I don't want to be around her. The old version of me like, bro, you better get out of here now, dog. It's about to happen.
Wow.
You win this other country, dog. It's about to happen. You don't know her like that, dog. You don't know her. You know she from this place, but you don't know her like that. You don't know her. Look, my dog said, you don't know her.
His dog over there sweating. You feel me?
Because he going through the same shit back there.
I remember that, dude.
You understand it. But you understand it.
Honestly, man, you actually really showing me aspects of trauma in myself, because I think a lot of guys can relate to this, because if you don't got a good relationship with love, when you start getting loved on, the first thing you want to do is reject it. You just want to reject the love. Like you want to get away from it. If it feels uncomfortable, it don't feel right. You gotta get out of this. I'm not used to being loved on like this. I had one. This was back in the Savage days. I promise I'm not like that. I don't want to be a player no more. This is old, but I had a young lady. I remember telling Ryan this story. I had a young lady. She was coming over. It was just about sex. This was probably, I think maybe a couple years after college. She comes to the apartment. I got I got the lights lit. You know, I got the R&B music on. It's about to go down. And this woman, by the way, this young lady was full of trauma too. We knew it. That's why this whole thing was going down the way it was. She literally stopped me and she said, Ty, the music, I can't do this music. I just can't do this music. By the way, we've been rocking for some time now. This isn't day one. I'm like, what you mean? She like, it's just too lovey. I said, really? Went into my playlist, threw on some Future, and we got at it.
Dirty Covenant styrofoam.
And she felt so at home. Now that's trauma right there.
That's trauma.
Like even just something that feels if the aroma of love was in the air, she was starting to reject that because we was only supposed to be here for the flesh. That's all we here for. We not here for all of that.
That wasn't your role.
That's not what this is about. And we can do that on so many levels. And I'm actually still dealing with some of that now.
Yeah, too.
I'm still feeling myself wanting to, when I've experienced love. I even experienced that with men. I remember my coach, the very first time my coach growing up, he told me he loved me. I didn't know what the hell to say when a man told me he loved me back. Even if you're not used to love, even if a man tells you I love you,
foreign language, bro.
You feel uncomfortable as hell. I didn't even say it back to him.
It's a foreign language. It's a foreign language. Yeah. But we gotta, like, the word tells us that love should eliminate fear. Right? Like when there's love there, you should be able to move past the fear, because love isn't fear. Fear is of the flesh. God did not give us the spirit of fear. Right? So that's why, bro, I'm telling you, that's why me and my homie, we talk so much now. And I told him maybe 2 weeks ago, I said, bro, you know what your problem is? You don't got no wise counsel. I said, you in your own brain behind everything.
That's why I said it.
So I start talking to him more. I know my dog need me. Hey, come out here, dog. Come out here today, dog. Come to the crib, bro. And I'm just going, look, we get in the truck, gospel music. He like, oh, I like this. Yeah, it be good. Yeah. All kind of gospel music going, all levels.
Yeah.
We go work out, we come back, gospel music. Now I'm gonna tell you something was crazy. We was getting ready for the show. I come down, he listening to the TDJs. Wow. He's crushing. I said, that's my favorite one. I said, one. He said, bro, this is good. I said, oh yeah, we good over here, bro. I had a long talk with him. He was in the hotel one day, and I said, bro, you gotta get out of your own head, and you gotta give people empathy. You gotta give people. We come from the streets, bro. We don't know how to give empathy.
Nah.
It ain't. It's vengeance.
Yeah.
There's no gray area. It's my way. I need control because as long as I got control, I'm going to protect me. I don't trust you to protect me.
Yeah.
I need control. I say, bro, you got to get out of that.
Yeah.
You will never live a fruitful, full life.
Facts.
He texted me about an hour later because we was working out. We worked out. He texted me an hour later and said, damn, dog, I needed that.
Yeah, man.
He said, you mind calling me? I said, yeah, I'll call you, bro. He said, 'cause I just need to talk. As men, bro, like we don't have a safe place to talk.
Talk about it.
We haven't found that.
And ladies think they give us that trap.
Oh, and this is
Ladies,
why I can tell that woman I love her because that was the first time I ever felt safe with a woman. As men, bro, we don't even know how to feel. Like, we don't got safe spaces. So what happens is we so used to the masculinity, we get around other men and we start talking like we start talking in ways we don't really want to talk. We understand the standard of this relationship.
Yeah.
So now when I'm talking to my dog, nah, bro, we talking about God, we talking about business. That other stuff, we not talking about that. So I told him what happened. When you have those kind of conversations, now when other men come around, they're like, I can't talk about that over here.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You regulate.
Yeah.
You regulate.
Yeah.
Somebody text me and they say, hey, bro, I see you on your God walk right now, so I ain't gonna even bring this to you. Cool.
Right.
Cool. I'm not even about to say what that is. Man, no. Tell me. No. The way you led that text, I'm cool.
Cool
Yeah.
with it.
You got the right idea, bro.
Yeah.
You got the right idea. So we got to start, as men, we got to start changing the narrative of the conversations we having. We got to start now creating safe spaces for ourselves, which means we setting standards for ourselves. Bro, if you coming over here talking about that, bro, that ain't even my conversation, dog.
Nah. Yep.
That ain't what we can talk about business for sure. We can talk about God for sure. We can talk about money for sure. We can talk about a little politics. We can talk about, but we not about to talk about all that other stuff because you're not about to disrupt what I'm working on.
Yeah.
First of all, I know Trap working because we just interviewed Trap last year, and it's a whole new Trap.
There's
Hand
a
clap.
whole
Trap right now.
remember, I think when we first started the show, he was like, I ain't no relationship guy.
Yeah, man. I'm still not. I'm just telling my
Facts.
truth right now.
Facts.
That's what happens when you walk in different, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I will say it, bro. Like I haven't been in a relationship. I'm in pursuit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here's another thing. Like when I saw the thing, I was like, eligible bachelor. That's interesting to me.
Wait, why is that?
Because I'm in a space where I'm in pursuit here. If I'm in pursuit here and I start dating here, I lose focus on what I'm in the pursuit of.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay.
Good God.
I lose focus on it. It's not saying, well, and you know, let's say time goes by and this don't work. Okay, boom, I set up, I reset and say, okay, let's go back, do some work, and then we can go another. And then even in that case, I'm gonna walk with a certain statue because then even if it's another one, I'm in pursuit of her.
Yeah.
I don't feel like and it's the thing. Again, I told you, like, Instagram gives us the aroma. The social media gives us the aroma. And what the aroma does, we watch some cartoons, it's like, come here. It got the little finger, right? But it always, if we notice, when we see that thing from the cartoons, at the end of it is always a trap.
Sure is, dog.
Get seduced right up in there.
It always gets you. It always lifts you up your feet. It always get the character, the whole eyes. They're always floating. That's the flesh. And then what happens is when we get to the end of where the aroma taking us, it's a trap. It's something we ain't really want. It's something the cartoon person didn't expect. It was out of what they thought. They thought they was going for one thing. So I'm like, no. I'm in pursuit here. I'm in pursuit. Right? And so I can't, and here's the thing, I don't get no brownie points from her from not dating other people. This about me. This ain't even much about her.
Yeah.
It's about me telling myself I got the discipline to pursue one woman, to see what this looks like, to go all in on it. Win, lose, or draw, I learn from it. I'm a better trap.
Yeah.
I'm a better trap. And so that's where I'm at.
And you know what, Trap, though? Let's talk about that because it's like, for me, I love listening to Trap right now.
Come on, man.
No, I'm serious.
Hand
man,
clap for
because
Trap real quick. Hand clap. Go ahead.
I can tell that this brother is really on this journey.
Yeah.
Right.
He literally said, I'm in pursuit. This is about me. And let's take it a little bit deeper. What he's showing God that I can steward the season that you have.
Oh, man.
And when you can show God, I can steward the season that I'm in, and I'm going to get what I need to get in this season. God, I don't know if it's this woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But whatever that next season comes with that woman, it's going to blow Trap mind away.
It's a fact.
And my prayer that it is who he is pursuing.
Come on.
Because I do believe God will give us all the desires of our heart. But I think those desires actually do come from God.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like for us, if we can just steward this season. I was jacked up, man. I'm out here womanizing. I'm out here chasing sex. I'm out here, teaching in the spiritual world and then having sex over here. Like I'm not focused. And the reason why I'm not married is not because I didn't have a good woman. It's not no good one. No, it's because I wasn't stewarding the season God had me in. And so I was running around. And I'm like, God, why am I still? I got money. I'm the first 7-figure person in my family.
Come on.
I'm the first person to start my own business in my family.
Come on.
I got bank accounts for grandchildren that I don't even know who their mama and their grandmama is yet. And I don't even have a woman. And God is like, you're not stewarding the season that I have you in. So you're going to stay here and keep roaming and keep looking until you can sit your behind down.
That's so good.
And just seek wisdom, seek counsel, seek me, and then get better. And that's what I get excited listening to my God Trap, because I'm like, oh man, she coming. You know what I'm saying? Because here's what I do know. God is not going to let this man not win. Right. Because if God doesn't do that, God looks bad.
Come on.
And God is like, nah, I done took Trap from the streets.
Yeah.
I done took Trap from jail to here. Nah. His wife is going to be the wife.
Yeah, man.
And they are going to be in the relationship. And watch this. When Trap get married, his boy going to get married.
Oh.
When his boy get married, the whole crew gets married. He said 80% of them that done did some time.
Yeah.
Can y'all imagine how the hell is upset right now?
Yeah.
That these men are coming over here
because
of what Trap is doing in this season.
Yeah.
And that's for me. I'm like, man, when I hear this rhetoric of guys over 40, it's like you don't know the work that these brothers are doing, and I'm one of them.
That's facts.
And I ain't gonna sit here and cap. I've never capped. Like no. I'm not 100% perfect, but I'm putting in the work. And I never met a man nor woman who is 100% perfect, but I'm around men who are putting in the work.
That's so good.
And I'm learning to steward the season that I'm in. And as I'm in this season, I already know that God has to bless me.
Come on.
And if it's not who I desire, God is going to blow my desire out the park.
Come on. Bruh.
That's crazy.
Just so y'all know,
open up the phone lines in a minute.
The conversation is just warming up here.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, go ahead and drop the link in there. Let's go ahead and go backstage now. Y'all go backstage now, so y'all can come in and join this conversation. See, last time you was here, Trap, it was pre-recorded. It's live now.
I love that.
Hey, y'all backstage. We gonna have y'all join the conversation in just a minute. And by the way, you in Pursuit, I'm gonna help the Pursuit, Trap. These Harley and Love building cars, that's yours right there.
That's a
so you gonna have to get real vulnerable with these joints when you pull them out.
You might shed a tear on them. A little thug tear.
And by the way, wife is in here. Promo code wife for 20% off. Y'all go ahead and get this. And we're just warming up. So please, guys, get us to 1,000 likes in the room real quick.
Yeah,
everybody hit
the
likes real quick. Spread this because it's rare that these brothers are in rare form right now. I want my men, my young men, my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, all seasons in here watching this, and the ladies as well, because the information here is very, very important. And it's going to get even a little bit better here because we're going to go back to that conversation that me and Ryan was having.
Yeah, we got to. So guys, you can also use www.callinnow.com in case you're watching on the TV, because I think we got about half of the people watch on TV. So all you got to do is put in www.callinnow.com to get straight to the hotline. And we're going to do the hotline a little bit different.
Nah, that's cool. Whatever y'all want, we here.
A little bit different.
We
So
here. He said we here, baby.
So this thing, guys, typically we'll open it up and we'll have about 30 minutes to an hour to talk. We'll do a bunch of Q&A. But this time, we actually want you to come in with your perspective. So we're going to be talking about some serious issues. And we're going to find out if you're on the right side or the left side.
Yeah.
And we want the ladies and the fellas to come in and chime in on each of these different topics.
Yeah.
But the first one.
And let's get to the first one, okay? And I'm going to give a backstory to this here.
Before y'all go, can I say something?
Absolutely.
That Steward this season was so good. It's just in my spirit right now. Steward the season. Because when you are stewarding the season, it's not always easy.
It sure ain't, brother.
Yeah.
It sure ain't.
Like, he just gave me such a word just now. And I'm going to tell you how he gave me such a word. I sent a text this morning, and the response I got, it wasn't what I wanted, right? And it disrupted me a little bit. And I told my brother, I said, hey, we had just finished working out. I said, hey, I'm about to go shower, bro. I said, I need to pray right quick. I said, I need to go pray. Because I feel my flesh trying to disturb me right now. I said, bro, let me go play right quick. Give me like 30, 40 minutes, bro. So I went, took the shower, and I went prayed in the shower, got out the shower, prayed, went to Galatians 5:22, went to Corinthians 13, I think it's 4 through 7, just emotional. And then I went to Pastor Don's text, and two of the things he told me we got to work on is emotional management,
yes, sir,
and patient management.
That's good.
He gave me 3 verses for each one. I literally,
patient.
I went.
I need the verses on the page.
I'll give it to you.
Yes, sir.
I'll give it to you. I
need that for real.
I went read them, bro, and I read them because I said, this can't be the same tricks again.
Yeah.
I will not let the same tricks get me again.
No, that's facts.
And so it took me maybe about 30 minutes to regulate. Like 30, and that's the healing part of me is saying, I need to regulate here. And if I don't regulate here, it's the old thing, because we know that I don't want to even give Satan the credit, but we know that the flesh is riled up by the same things over and over again.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so when you feed it and when you starve it, like, I see this, identifying it. Right. And so the stewarding the season isn't always easy, but if we have tools to steward the season, we can till that soil effortlessly. So I just want to tell you, bro, thank you for that.
Nah, man, can I add something to that too?
Go ahead.
This y'all show.
no time
Because
limit.
it's like, in stewarding the season, you got to be surrounded by the right people who understand the season that you're in. And you got to be around the people who've been in that season as well, but they're no longer in it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, for me, when I heard Trap say, like, yo, you got to get around men and be more vulnerable, I needed to see men be vulnerable.
Yes.
Because I didn't know how to be vulnerable. Because I hate to say this, but a woman can't teach me how to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because a woman is not a man. And so when I saw men be vulnerable in a room,
It hit different.
it hits totally different.
Yeah, it does.
Than a woman telling me, you need to be more vulnerable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I'm in the season, I'm looking at the men in my life. How are you managing it? And I'm asking, how did you manage this season?
Yeah. That's so good.
And it helps you get out of that season quicker.
Yeah.
But if we go like what Chap said, man, I'm gonna isolate, I'm gonna do this thing myself. I'm strong, man. I got this, man. I got the bag, I got the bread. I'm gonna do this thing. You're gonna sit in that season
So long.
for so long. And I'm gonna be real about myself. Man, I sat in that season because I was immature, I was chasing the wrong thing, and I wasn't ready to ask for help.
That's good.
And so I just want to encourage men. Ain't nothing wrong with being vulnerable, man.
Nah. So here's
There you have it.
Here's the thing. Managing patience. He gave me James 5, and I'll let you see it.
This for the notes. This for the notes for y'all
this
right
for
here.
the
Go
notes.
ahead.
Yep,
Go
it's
ahead.
I'm
James
trying to find something myself.
5, 7 through 11.
James 5.
Yep. It's Proverbs 14 and 29.
Somebody put this in the chat for us.
And it's Proverbs 16 and 32. That's for managing patience.
Okay.
And then managing emotions, it's Proverbs 12 and 25. Proverbs 15 and 30, and Proverbs 25 and 28. And that's just in case you don't have it.
There you
So
go.
the first 3 was managing patience. The second 3 was managing emotions.
There you go.
And that was and those are tools.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Whip them into shape.
You need tools.
We need that.
Agreed.
You need tools. You cannot till the soil without the proper tools.
And he got the tools from a man who was once in that season.
That's a fact.
And there you have it. And honestly, so this is actually not far from what we're talking about,
Okay.
because we was having a conversation.
It was a debate. I think it popped off because
You talked about you had brought to us what you have found to be the purpose of a relationship.
yeah, because we get ladies and guys ask us questions all the time.
Yeah.
And so once you get asked so many questions, you try to get tired of saying the general things. I'm like, yo, this is not working. So now I started to take these different questions and literally like study the question, and now create these different formulas. So the one we was working on was purpose of a relationship, and I think it kind of started there. And I looked up, and thinking I had this epiphany, and I'm like, Ty, yo, you cannot get married to a woman unless you are in tune with God. So I said, you have to have spiritual growth before you get married to a woman.
Yeah.
And then that's when the debate popped off.
So
It was
check this out.
It was what the most important things are to bring to a relationship.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got a couple things for you guys here, right? We got a couple things that we throw in. Rank these in the order of importance. Okay? And this we keeping it for men right here. Okay? This for men.
Men in relationships, but just men generally.
Men prior to getting into a serious relationship.
Okay. Marriage or just seriously dating? I'm just asking. I'm just making sure.
Context.
It's okay. You know what? That's a
Context
good
is
question. Let's say
important.
marriage.
Okay, cool.
Let's say marriage. Financial stability, emotional maturity, physical well-being, and spiritual growth. Those are 4 things. And let's drop a poll on this as well, Ryan.
I got you.
We're going to put a
I'm
poll
putting
in
it
the
right now.
chat because I want y'all to go ahead and get active on this conversation in the chat. Again, the 4 things: financial stability, emotional maturity, physical well-being, and spiritual growth. Now, some of you might say some of these things overlap, and I can understand that. But if we're going to say rank these in order of importance, Trap, you go first.
Easy.
Spiritual growth first.
Tag.
Emotional
Tag.
next. We'll go. I think you can take these any way you want, depending on where you at. I'm a provider, so I'm not worried about her being all the way financial. So when we say physical well-being, I just want her to have good hygiene physically, like take care of yourself, work out, being able to, eat good. Like I'm a person that's heavy into working out. I biohack, I do it all. So if I'm eating, I don't need you to come in with pork chops and all that. I need you to be able to feed me the right way, feed us, nurture us, and then I'll say financial. But I think that goes depending on where you at. Like I'm great financially, so I don't need you to be great financially. I just need you to not be on zero. I can help you get there. If you got spiritual and emotional thing, I can help with everything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
see, Trap, this is what's the most important for the man to bring to the relationship.
Oh, I thought you were saying for the woman.
The man.
For me?
For the
me?
man.
Oh, that's easy. Spiritual, yep, and then emotional, then the financial, then the physical for sure.
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were saying for women.
No, for the man. For
Oh,
men.
for men.
For
Okay,
men.
yeah.
Yeah. No, all day. I mean,
Same exact.
Yeah, think about it though. I mean, spiritual is so important because when we look at Solomon asked God. God said to Solomon, "Hey, listen, ask me for whatever you want." He didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for fame. He didn't ask for a long life. He said, "God, give me your wisdom and knowledge."
Yeah.
So if I'm connected with God and I'm getting His wisdom and knowledge,
That's a fact.
right? I'm straight on everything else because the money's going to come.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The reason why emotional is important next is because if I get the money and I don't have my emotions controlled,
Fact.
I'm going to lose all the money.
Yeah.
And so emotional stability is important because also emotional stability helps check the pride inside of his man.
Yeah.
And then after that, man, for sure, I think that is definitely you can go back between the two of them. It could be the physical because I think our bodies are not they're not ours. We're borrowing these bodies.
Yeah.
So it's like you do need to steward the bodies. You know what I'm saying? So you can live longer and be a better provider. But I mean, money is important though, and I don't think that. If you was to ask me this question, spiritual, hands down, is number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those other 3, I think they're all tied and equal.
Gotta have those.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I I
Men
can't
go
sit
through
here.
their own-
I can't sit here and say, I love you and I have emotional stability, but I can't be a provider as a man.
Can't do that.
I can't sit here and say, I make all the money, but I still don't cover your emotions.
Yep.
I can't sit here and make all the money, but then I'm in a hospital every week because I'm not stewarding my body well. Right. And so for me, I think in those areas, that's what I would say.
And the reason why I put the money like that is not the, for men, we gauge ourselves off that, right? But Ecclesiastes 10:19 says that money answereth all things. So it's not saying money don't answer the health, money don't answer the spiritual relationship, money don't answer the emotion, but it answers the things that you need to be sustainable in life.
Facts.
Right. So the things, and we know that in, your bills, and those are things.
Facts.
Right. So Ecclesiastes 10:19 tells us that. So we can't just act like, my thing on the show is God and money.
God and money.
Get that paper straight.
I say that on the show all the time.
The only slight difference in the conversation and the argument we had was one of the biggest two things that we had added in there, or the one thing that we had in was personal growth. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that was spiritual growth and personal growth. And Ron was making an argument was that like the bare minimum quality that a woman should look for. I was arguing she at least needs to see personal growth. I said spiritual growth is it's a lot to ask for women, to tell women not to at all consider a man if you see him personally growing himself. And here's what I mean. Here's what I mean when I say personally growing. Right?
Nah.
I'm thinking of a man who's taking he's managing his time well.
Okay.
He's probably waking up. You see him disciplining himself.
Cool.
You see him being intentional about his life and what he's going after.
Okay.
You see him doing these things because first of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even when we look at the league of those brothers,
right,
that's an elite group of brothers already.
Elite in that aspect.
Well,
of
in
things,
terms of just discipline, because a man who's disciplining himself personally at that level and displaying personal growth, my conversation was, if we see that, we gotta give that brother an opportunity.
I thought it was okay for an opportunity to date that person,
yeah,
but not an opportunity for
because
marriage.
that same person would knock her upside the head. I'm just saying it could happen.
But this thing, it's women dating successful men with the the quote unquote successful man that has those characteristics that doesn't have that spiritual aspect, and the relationship is not successful.
Yeah, spiritual aspect. For the season that I'm in, I was that guy without God, and I still did ladies wrong.
Yep.
It wasn't until I got into a relationship with God, and I was intentional about my relationship with God, that my life started changing.
Yeah.
How I treated not just women, but treated my friends, myself, my family.
Yeah.
And I have a problem telling my sister, who's already married, but if her husband didn't have a relationship with God, I will be concerned because there's nothing governing him.
Yes.
And if this is a man that I got it all, I do it all myself, I don't trust that man. Because when something goes wrong, who is he going to? He's not going to the Bible.
And when your lady got a problem, when she got all this drama going on, she need God.
She do.
So you're going to have to be the one sometimes to introduce her to God. So if you don't have that foundation, I don't even think you can maintain a relationship for many years.
She won't even be, he can't maintain that relationship because she got a relationship with God.
Yeah.
So now when she going to God, he ain't hearing from God because he ain't checking for God.
Disruption.
So then now the house is divided. Oof. And now we're arguing, and we're really not arguing. We're just unequally yoked.
You know my biggest issue with that though?
Spiritual incompatibility.
Because, and that's a real thing. And by the way, I don't disagree with anything you brothers saying, but here's my biggest issue with that though. I actually just spoke. I think I was talking to Dr. Tart, and he dropped when we spoke at R.C. Blake's event.
Right.
He broke down a statistic when I was talking to him. Probably I didn't know. He actually said, I think he said the Christian marriage, when you look at the statistics, the divorce rate is actually higher among Christians than the regular body. How is it, if those things are true, that even could be possible?
But a Christian marriage doesn't mean a spiritual marriage.
So,
you took it out of mine before I was about to say it.
Yeah.
I was about to say it. You gotta again. Are we mature in the word? Are we letting God govern the relationship? Because if we are, there's bylaws, there's things. You know what I'm saying? Man, love your wife like Christ loved the church. Right? Okay, what is love? It is patient. It is kind. It is long. Like they just keep flowing. You can't miss them, right? And so when we in accordance with it, then everything flows, right? Because now we got something to revert to. And I'll tell you something. I told a lady the other day. We was talking. And I said, listen. I said, here's how I want to move forward. I said we are both growing. If we have a situation where we are disagreeing, I like us to say, go pray on that first.
Ooh.
That's all. Maybe it take a day. Maybe it take 2 days. But come back when either one of us prayed on it. I said, but let's not use that as a brush off because we don't agree. We got to be cool with having uncomfortable conversations. That's how we grow. But if we see that the temperament of this thing ain't right, let's just stop and say, hey, let's go pray on this for a day or something and come back to it. She was like, I could do that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it's setting a standard. Like we gonna communicate, and here's what we saying. Like yo, we lit it. We live in, and we know we are doing our best to seek knowledge from the word, right, to make this thing move forward. But we still not gonna forget that we are a spirit man wrapped in flesh. We're not gonna forget that. So every time the flesh do what the flesh wants to do, let's stop a minute and say, hey, let's go pray on that right quick. Which is why when I get a text and it don't go, I see what this is. Hey, I stop in my tracks. My guy, let me go pray right quick, dog. Let me go pray right quick. Let me go read his word right quick. Let me go meditate right quick. Let me go breathe right quick. Let me go get in my tool bag and get these tools about managing emotion and managing expectations. And let me go do that, managing patience. So now, 30 minutes later, I'm like, what's good, family?
You back.
Let's rock. Because I took the time and I saw where I was going. And it took me 30 minutes. It may take me 45 minutes one time. It may take me an hour one time. But what I do know is as long as I got the tools and I can identify it, I can change it. I can pivot. And so that's even, again, I'm not in a relationship, but I'm seeking the tools. So I'm thinking in a relationship, why would it be any different?
Wow.
That's facts. Matter of fact,
got some people backstage.
We got a sister backstage
Hit
that
that
I want to
hotline.
go ahead and get them involved. Matter of fact, we officially opening the hotline. Lano, take us into the initiation hotline right now. The initiation hotline is here. Let's get to it, Lano.
I know when the hotline blink,
Where we at with it?
that can only mean one thing.
It looks like I got my sister Kelsey back here on stage. Yeah, I see it. Go ahead and bring my. Oh wait, this ain't.
Wait, no, but she's good though. What's
This
up?
my sister. What is this, Felicia? You
Take it
go
off
take it
mute.
off mute, sweetheart. The backstage is popping.
Thank you.
I got it right, Felicia.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Felicia,
What's up,
what's
Felicia?
popping with you? Give me your age, your location, and your relationship status.
So I just turned 33, September 22nd.
Happy belated
Happy
in
belated.
Germantown,
Birthday.
Maryland.
But what's that last part? We cut you off.
I just turned 33 and I live in Germantown, Maryland.
Nice.
Okay. Maryland checking in.
33, Germantown, Maryland. Okay, so go ahead, rank these in order of importance right here.
So I would say spiritual growth is number one for me. And then because if God is working on you spiritually, if Christ is in you and you're filled with the Holy Spirit, he'll bring everything else.
Come on.
Now, what if he's broke?
I am a safety and training instructor. I work for Montgomery County Ride-On, so I can always help him get a job.
Come on.
Whoa! Hold on.
Strong sister right there.
Yo, I don't know if Chop agree with that one.
I agree. Listen.
You like that?
The
She said she'll help.
The word says that God gives us the ability to produce wealth. So if she helping, like she said, if he full of the spirit, that's the most important thing because everything else gonna fall in place. I'm not
right.
mad at that.
That's
I
right.
love that, and that's
And I'm single right now, so I did have a question for those two gentlemen because
come
I
on,
am
Queen.
single right now.
Come on.
What you
Queen.
got?
Trying to sneak it. She's
Yeah,
sneaking
no,
the question
that's
in.
cool.
Go ahead, sneak your question in, sister.
I don't mind dating someone over 40 because I used to be, I can't date nobody more than 3 years older than me. So I'm now starting, because I'm 33 now, I am a single parent. And I am on this journey, like, I'm getting frustrated because people are like, oh, you're beautiful, this, that, and the third. But one guy, he piqued my interest, and I was like, okay, you saw my Christianity before you saw my beauty. So how do you navigate, like, if someone doesn't, they just see your beauty first, and they're not looking at your spiritual growth?
Whoa.
I think that's good. So what happens is everybody goes into something different, right? It shouldn't. Don't be mad that he saw your beauty first, because as men, a lot of times we see the physical first.
Right.
It's okay that he saw the physical first. The most important part is he did identify the spiritual part. He identified it. That's good, right? Because some men don't even identify it. He was able to see your beauty. Respect a man that sees the beauty in you. Yep, you see the beauty in me, but do you acknowledge the other parts of me? My spiritual part, my compassion part, my empathy part, my ability to get you a job if you need one, my appreciation for you, my support for you, my encouragement for you. You want the person that identifies all that, but sometimes it may take a little bit, but as long as he can identify it, I think that's good.
Not facts.
Okay.
There you have it,
Well,
Felicia.
I'm
Thank
curious.
you so much.
I got a follow-up question, because I know you said initially, I guess the old mindset was you had to date a man around your same age. I think it was no more than 3 years older, right?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I was immature. So I had been hurt by an older guy because all he wanted was sex from me. I've been single for almost 14 years because my daughter is 14 years old.
Wow.
I was in an adulterous relationship with a married man for 6 years. I stopped that because Jesus saved my life last year.
Come on.
So,
Congratulations.
thank you. And so he still tries to come back, and he's like, oh, I'm in therapy now. I'm moving forward. And he's only 2 years older than me. So I always thought, like, I can't date anybody older because that just is going to feel weird. And you know what? The most healthiest relationship I've seen, God rest my mother's soul, she was a pastor. My stepfather, her husband, was actually 22 years older than her. And that was the most healthiest relationship I've ever seen her in.
And wait, when he came back, he was still married?
Yeah.
No, the married man I was
Yeah.
seeing?
Yeah.
No, he got married in the first year of our relationship.
Wow.
Wow.
But you said when he came back after you did therapy.
He's
Still
still coming.
married.
He's still trying to come back. He's still married. He's
Close
like,
that
I'm in
door.
therapy.
Close
I got
that
a
door.
post-nuptial.
Close that door.
I think, and I'm gonna be real with you.
post-nuptial.
The fact that you even know all that information, you shouldn't even know that information.
That's a fact.
Ooh, that
You know
door
what
was a
I'm
little bit
saying?
too open, huh?
Yeah, and I think sometimes
That's
we'll leave
good.
that door cracked, and that's enough for that snake, the
Come
enemy, to get
on.
through. And then what happens to snakes? They can spread, and then that door will open up even more. And so for you, I need you to close that door, shut that door, lock that door, and put that key away, because that brother he don't love you. He don't value you, and he definitely ain't going to therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy? I got a whole wife at home, and I'm coming back to you?
Yeah.
Right, you sick, bro.
What the hell
You
therapy?
sick.
That's not
What's
therapy.
going down in them sessions?
That makes
Right, you know
hey,
what
you
I'm
already
saying?
know what to tell him.
Also, I'll say that you gotta love you more.
Yeah, facts.
You gotta love you more, right? Get out of that season where you feel like you gotta know that you are worth more than somebody married talking to you in that manner. You know it wasn't right to begin with. That's why you stepped away, right? Like, love you more. Love you more. You're a beautiful woman. Love you more. And then you won't even give him the opportunity. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Right? So I would say that, like, love you more. And like Ann said, man, close that door.
Close it.
There's so many men out here that's working on themselves, that's putting themselves in position to be that man for you. Right? But you can't give them the opportunity because you ain't showing up how you supposed to show up.
But let's be real with her, Trap. If you responded to me,
Yeah.
even if you just saying hello,
That's too much.
It's just letting me know.
Oh, yeah.
I still got the
I
opportunity.
still can get in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got to put in a little bit of work.
Yeah.
I work on it for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what I need. Then I
Yeah.
come back home to my wife.
Yeah.
Then I come back and I apologize.
Yeah.
So if you shut the door and be consistent with that,
That's good.
he ain't coming back.
Yeah.
There
Because
you
he
go.
can be patient. He got a wife at home.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. And he really don't got to put in no work. He's got to wait around long enough for
he
you
can
to
be
get
patient.
desperate
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
And you can't deal with that because you got a daughter.
Whew.
And your daughter is, believe it or not, more is caught than it is taught.
That's a fact.
So if she sees you, if she hears you, if she sees something off, when she's 21, please believe, we all have been there. We will remember that picture. Well, my mama was dating that guy, but
That's a fact.
that guy was married.
That's a fact.
So if she can do it, then I can do it. And I just don't want your daughter to see that
Come
from
on.
you.
That's good.
Right.
Felicia, I hope you went ahead
Yeah.
and took that one, man. Take that, please.
Oh, I did.
I'm glad you changed the strategy too, because I like my ladies in their 30s, you know, dating a man 7 to 10 years older. I think that makes the most sense. The age of maturity for men is between 35 and 40.
I mean, you hear we talking about it right now. We brothers figuring it out right now,
right at this age,
live on the show, so you see
sense.
it. But much love to you, sister. Lano, let's go ahead. Let's bring my sister Kelsey on the stage, okay? Absolutely. What's up with you, Kelsey?
Hey y'all, how are y'all?
What's good, Queen? Where you from, Kelsey?
I'm from Houston.
Houston.
There you go. So we got.
My favorite city.
So now you gave me a location. Give me your age and relationship status, Kelsey.
I'm actually currently living in Los Angeles, but my age is 31 and I'm single.
There you have it.
Right.
All right. So go ahead and give us your rank on this thing here. How should we go ahead and prioritize this?
Spiritual is first and foremost. And I say that because, so like you all, I'm dating as well and trying to position myself to where I'm dating intentionally. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that is not always easy because they come and go, you know? They really come and go. So one of my first questions that I ask men when I'm, you know, dating is like, what is your North Star? Like what is the thing or the person that you look to? Like, what is your standard? And a lot of times, like, for example, I just was speaking to a guy the other day. He was saying everything is his North Star. You know, everything is, you know, I can take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but at the end of the day, it all ends to one source. And I'm like, well, who is that source? It's Christ. It's like you don't know really what you're saying, and it just doesn't make sense. So a lot of times I find that although people say that they're dating, and I'm saying people as in men, they say that they're dating with intention, or even just saying, you know, oh, I'm just seeing where it goes, you know, I don't want to put too much into it because you never know. It's just frustrating because the standard is not the same. And the standard that I go by is the Bible, Jesus, you know, God being, you know, Lord and Savior. So it's just difficult, and I just resonate with what y'all are saying, and I feel like Trap, Mr. O'Neal, Ryan, and Tyshawn, I honestly think like this is really, really good for us. Like that.
Thank you very much, Kelsey. Listen, first of all, I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing, because I think it's a lot of sisters that's having that situation where they running into brothers having a similar conversation.
Just confused.
A little, and that's really what that is. It's a spiritual confusion, which really could be a part of his journey, because I don't even like to, you know, really dump on those brothers too, because I've actually been there as well. Right. Where you really don't know. All of us didn't start from the same place, getting taught the same things in our household. Just make sure you send Harley and this shit over that brother inbox, okay? We'll take care of him, okay? Thank you so much, sister, okay? Absolutely. No doubt.
Kelsey is beautiful. I actually probably had a question for her, because the ladies are looking for these spiritual men, but are they spiritual? I want to hear more about what the ladies are doing for spiritual growth.
Right, man. Well, look, backstage is jumping. We got a bunch of questions that we can go ahead and get to here.
Well, real quick, let's take a break real quick.
Let's do that real quick.
So, guys, I want to give a special shout out to our episode sponsors, Tally and Twine. And look, Tally and Twine, they hook us up with the best watches. Yeah. Ty, where your watch at, man? You got to come right, bro. But listen. I'm
slipping, y'all.
So, look, guys, we got something big coming up. This is a giveaway, okay? Tally & Twine is the largest black-owned watch company in the world. And not only does Tally & Twine, you know, produce some of the best watches and wristwear in the game for really over 10 years, they also been featured on Black Enterprise and New York Times. Most watch companies just copy popular brands, but Tally & Twine crafts attention-grabbing watches that are sure to set you apart. Now, Tally & Twine is helping us give away, this is huge, guys, they're helping us give away one watch every week. So literally next Monday, I am going to be announcing the very first winner. And I guess we're probably going to go through like the first week in November. Yeah. But we're giving a watch every single week. So next Monday, I am going to be giving away one of these watches. And you see the watches, you know, anywhere from $150 to $250. And this thing, we're going to give you actually a little code where you're going to be able to go in there and buy any watch you want, any one watch you want for up to $250. But this thing, all you got to do is fill out this very brief survey, guys. And it's not an invasive survey. The only thing about the survey, it lets us know more about you, the viewer, and literally what you want to see from Harley Initiated. So all you got to do, make sure you check out Tally and Twine. The link is in the bio. And make sure you click that top link in our description, guys, in the bio. It's called the Community Insight Survey. You complete that, you'll automatically enter to win. And this is the thing. Every single week, we are going to give out one of these beautiful watches. Are you checking out? Check out the ladies' watches. The ladies, that's important too. Let's see what they got for the ladies. Oh yeah, I mean, come on, ladies.
Sexy.
I know y'all dig this.
Go ahead. That's a conversation. That's a conversation starter, brother. See you on that one.
Hey, listen, I like when my ladies got that nice jewelry on. You know what I mean?
So look, I appreciate that. Big shout out to Tally and Twine again for going ahead and pulling that off for the people. What I want to do now is I want to go ahead and get back here because I got something else. Trap, you went ahead and you was answering it for the ladies, but I actually got another order I want you to go ahead and give me for the ladies. This here is actually was provided from a book, His Needs, Her Needs. One of them, I think, is one of my favorite relationship books.
One of the best-selling relationship books
I've ever read.
Yeah,
probably a really good book for you to throw over there in the queue as well on your journey.
Say less.
They put here the top needs that men. Like interviewing thousands of men or really giving therapy to thousands of men, these are the top 5 needs that men typically want from their women. And Sister talked about this. Number 1 is physical attractiveness. Number 2, respect and admiration. Number 3, domestic support. Okay. 4, sexual fulfillment. And actually those were the top 4. I'm sorry. Respect and admiration, physical attractiveness, domestic support, sexual fulfillment. Trap, how do we rank those in the order of importance for you as a man? Where do we start on that list?
Say them again.
Physical attractiveness.
Respect.
Domestic support. Sexual fulfillment.
I think first is going to be respect.
Okay.
Right. I think, and the reason why is because I've watched relationships in my hood where, like, my partners and they girl, they cursing each other out all day. And it's normal, like in front of the kids and everything. I'm like, yo, this is super toxic.
Oh, we all seen that. Yeah. We all seen that growing up.
That's real crazy.
We seen
that.
And
I'm just sitting there like, yo, we smoking, like, yo, this one I just smoke, like, yo, this is crazy. Like, y'all really gonna call each other all them names and
be together.
And it's cool.
Yo, that's real.
You feel me? So I think for men, that respect is heavy. Like, you know, because if that's your mate, if that's your spouse, if that's your partner in life, like, they respect mean everything to you. Like, knowing that they respect you, like, man, that's everything.
Yeah.
I think next it was
domestic support, physical attractiveness, and sexual fulfillment.
Whew, that's tough.
I said the same thing.
I would say after the respect, I do want to be attracted. I do want the attraction, right? I think that is even though we are, you know, leading by the spirit, even though we still want the spirit to be in a relationship, it's imperative that the spirit is in a relationship. I still want to be attracted to that person.
I think that's important for the ladies to know.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah, like, I want to be attracted. I want to be able to, like, not be able to take my hands off you. I want to be able to look at you and be like, damn, that's really my wife right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, God, you really blessed me. You really rock with me.
You went off.
You made her my wife. Okay, bet. I'm about to be fruitful every chance I get.
No.
You feel me?
But see, that's the thing. I don't think many ladies understand that. Physical attractiveness, that's godly. That's the thing. Sex, faith, and love are the strongest emotions. The things that you can create with sex are incredible. I mean, you talking about the, you know, sex transmutation, you know, all of the personal development guys, that's what they talk about, right? So if you got a physically attractive woman, that's actually an emotion for you.
I like that.
When you look at your woman, she looks good, it does motivate you. It
does
does make you feel more confident. It does make you feel more appreciative. It does inspire you to do more for your woman. And I think that a lot lot of times physical attractiveness can be seen as this very vain thing,
Right.
but this is actually you contributing
Yeah.
a positive emotion and energy to a relationship.
That's a
And I
fact.
think if more women understood that, right, and more men understood why they were so moved by physical attraction,
Yeah, for
how it
sure.
inspires this sexual energy,
Yeah.
which you can take to literally conquer the world, I think we'll all be in a better place, because physical attraction is not just, you know, this small vanity thing. It really is spiritual.
I think the physical attraction it's not even just about looks at all. It's the way you walk around the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the way.
My God.
Yeah, like the way you.
It's gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way you walk around the house. It's, you know, how you get your nails done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how you get your toes done. How do you smell? Like that's a part of that heightening the senses, right? You want to be able to look at your wife and be like, damn, yo, I'm really the luckiest man on earth.
Right.
And you know what though, too, to that, because I'm following his list, so don't come back to me, because we just on the same. But it's like, for me, it's and I'm gonna keep it real. Trap is a successful guy. We're all successful men. We are going to see a beautiful woman on the streets.
This is a fact.
My prayer is that I can see her and be like, I got one at the crib.
Exactly.
Yes.
Listen, that's a fact.
And so when growing up, and
that's so
I'm trying to
good.
be sensitive on how I say this, because I don't want to attack the church. So I'm talking about globally. I'm not talking about a specific church. Hear me clearly. The church said looks don't matter as long as she loves God.
Is that what they?
Not all churches.
Crazy.
But growing up in my generation, in my church, it was she doesn't have to look all that good. Son. Looks can fade, but her spiritualness will never fade.
That sounds like a bar. That sounds like a classic. Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
And I'm like, yeah, no.
Right. I agree with that one.
Because respectfully saying this, I'm not having sex to Marvin Winans.
Yeah.
I'm not having sex to Jesus Be Offense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not having sex with I am having sex spiritually.
Yeah.
It is a spiritual connection. But what I am saying is, going back to what you said, my physical desire of you is not a negative.
Yeah.
And so for me, let's look at it. When Adam woke up, he said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. So he acknowledged what he saw in front of him. And so for me, I want to acknowledge what's in front of
I
me
ain't mad at that.
when I come home, when I wake up, when I go to sleep, when I'm walking around.
Yeah.
And if I can acknowledge what's in my house, when another good-looking woman walks past me, I can say, you know what, God bless you. And I'm going to take my butt home because I'm excited to go home to my wife.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing for me. I know my wife going to see other good-looking men out there.
Right.
And so I gotta hit the gym.
Yeah.
I gotta be a good steward of this body.
Yeah.
So when another man walk up smelling good, got a nice little suit on,
Yeah.
because the ladies say suit to a woman is lingerie to a man.
What I told my boy.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure when I put on that suit, she looking at me like, good God. Like,
Hey.
bro, when you get off this stage,
Hey.
you know what I'm saying? And so I think physicalness is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But like he said, Trap said, we're leading with the spirit though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it shouldn't be a lust.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? But man, God made you.
For me.
You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Hold on, wait,
It worked both ways.
We
by the
on
way.
the same list. Well, first of all, it's crazy because all of us on the same page.
Facts.
I also rank respect 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we got physical attractiveness.
And I felt kind of bad about it. We was talking about this earlier. I was like, ooh.
I didn't feel bad about that one.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
I ain't feel
No,
nothing.
physical attraction is number 2.
Physical attractiveness
sure.
number 2.
No, hands down.
Yeah, no guilt for me. Then we got the last 2: domestic support and sexual fulfillment. What you got next?
Can we break down the domestic support?
Domestic support is support around the home. That's the cooking. That's the cleaning. That's the household management.
The whole
That's the support
administration of the household
of
management.
the household management.
This
the
is
home management.
This is you buy the house, she build the home.
Go ahead, Trap. I mean, I'm just saying because for me, it's easy for me. Sex and domestic because
I was about to say that.
I want to help build the
Wow.
home too.
I was gonna say that.
I flipped
know what I'm saying?
mine is
I
flipped.
was
That's
gonna
what we
curate.
flipped.
I'm like sex because that's the intimacy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
That's the intimacy. Like we gotta figure that out.
right.
We gotta make sure we aligned. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we able to have these, like, because here's what happens. Like, I'm not going to, like, think about how many people are in relationships and marriages and they are sexually frustrated.
Facts. You cannot have marriage with only love. You cannot have marriage with only sex.
It is what
You
it
must
is.
have
Like,
both.
I'm going to keep, maybe I ain't that, I'm still working on my save part, maybe, because that matters.
Right.
And it will always.
Yeah, it matters.
And it will always.
It matters.
It
and
does.
then, like AO said, like, then because I want part in it.
Exactly.
I want part in it. Like, I'm not. You're not about to come home and cook every day. Guess what? I got you today. Cause
Trap get in the kitchen.
I'm from New Orleans, bro. That's what we do,
bro.
Oh man, we got to come over to the
I'm
spot.
from New Orleans, bro. Like, that's what we
Yeah,
do.
man.
Like, that's what we do, bro. Listen, I fold. One of my hobbies in my crib, when you call me, you'll be like, what you doing, Trap? I'll be in my movie theater folding clothes, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit there and watch a whole sermon folding clothes. For it does something to my brain. It's a safe space for me. I get to chill. It's like mindless activity, but I'm locked in. I'm watching something that's helping me lift up, something that's helping me be better, something that's helping me improve. And folding them clothes, it just allows me to I'm in before I know how to fold the whole pile of clothes. Like, damn, I ran out of clothes.
Hey, Trap DM is about to go crazy.
Don't DM me.
Trap DM is about to go crazy. That woman, he fold clothes too.
Yo, listen.
Ain't nothing wrong with DM.
But we gotta stop. We gotta get out this narrative that it is a woman's job.
Yeah.
To build the home.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna pay for it, and I'm gonna help build it. I helped you make those kids.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna help you raise those kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up in the mornings and take my kids to school.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna be
I
a
love
part
it.
of the kindergarten,
love
preschool
it.
days. I'm gonna volunteer at school because I think some of the reasons why marriages are failing is because you're the woman, I'm the man, you do this, I do that. Rather than sitting down and saying, what's the vision for our family? And what's the best thing for us to do? I'm not giving relationship advice. I'm talking specifically about me. I want to sit down with my wife. You're my partner.
You're my partner.
What are we doing together to do this thing? Man, Trap told me he cooking. Man, listen, man, I already got the smoker.
That's a fact.
I don't
You
use
smoking?
the oven. I smoke my food.
That's a fact.
So you make the side dishes. I go out here and make sure all of our
We
meat
coming
is
to
straight.
DC.
The
We
fact.
coming to DC
Facts.
then,
Listen,
right?
We already got them tickets on standby.
Y'all sure do. But it's like for me, yeah, man. Sex is important, man. I you know, and what's what is so sad is I tell every woman in my life, and I've said this in my show. And ladies just, oh my gosh, they harp on this one thing, and the next thing I know, I'm going viral for this, but I stand by it. I want my woman to be saved, sweet, smart, skilled, and very sexual.
I knew that was coming. I ain't mad.
Very sexual.
Very.
Okay.
Because I think the churches, we frown upon a good, healthy sexual relationship.
Yeah.
Church said, run. Church says you're going to be, cool, great, man, cool. Man, great. I understand. Don't have sex before marriage. I failed at that. One thing that I'm loving about the church that I'm at, he teaches sin, he teaches the truth, but he also teaches when you're married, you need to be having a lot of it. And you need to be having a lot of it in a good way, in a fun way. We need to, I think more people will abstain from sex if the church made it look fun, not made it look like you're going to go to hell if you do it.
That's good.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Because when everything that your mom and daddy told you don't touch, and they scared you from it, you wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
You know? And so for me, the reason why I've never smoked weed or anything in my life outside of a good cigar, right? But never no cigarettes, no weed, because my father educated me on, hey, you know, this is what's gonna happen to your body. You want to play sports, you want to do this, if you can stay away from this, son, you're gonna run miles, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it. It's gonna be amazing. But if you touch that right there, it's gonna take away from this amazing thing. And so for me, what I'm learning with myself is like, man, if I could just hold off, boy, can you imagine what honeymoon gonna be like?
Yeah.
Like what? I was about to say something. I don't want to say that.
I'm gonna say something too though.
I want to get to. Go ahead.
I was
Trap,
gonna
go ahead.
say. He said, like, fellas, get your suits game up.
Get it.
Facts.
Listen,
get
I'm
it.
about to, I think in this year alone, I bought 10 Tom Ford suits.
Yes, sir.
Incredible.
First of all, I seen Trap at
He
the
was
war
at the award ceremony.
show.
He was clean.
We got the war right there on the back, by the way. Podcast of the year.
Yeah, shout out to Bella the Money, baby.
And yeah, you was fresh. Trap was fresh.
I done bought 10 of them, bro. They just hit me up and said, we gonna do a private invite party invite thing at Tom Ford and Phipps Plaza because it was like nobody has spent more money than you this year.
Wow.
Trap just got 10 more DMs. Just
And
now.
you heard that? We just got invited to a private party.
Absolutely. Shout out to you, Ray. That's what I'm saying. We're hardly in this shit. We in the room. I got my brother backstage over here. I want to get a brother's perspective on this. We always hear from the ladies. Hey, bring my brother up that's backstage here.
Big guy.
Where we at? What's up with you? My brother Raymond?
What up, Raymond? Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, brother? Make sure you're off mute, brother. There you go. Little swole brother back there, too.
Right.
What's up with you, Raymond? How you living, brother?
Man, I'm living good. You know, I've been watching y'all since the beginning. You, Ryan, Tyshawn, Anthony, Wall Street Trap. I've been following all of y'all, so I already know your perspectives on a lot of things. So, like I said, 27 years old, Raleigh, Carolina right now.
All right, single? What's up?
I'm in a relationship. Been in a relationship since college, 5 years.
Salute.
Wow.
5 years.
Hold on, wait.
5 years.
You came on live before, haven't you?
Of course, I'm glad you remember.
That was a minute ago.
That was a while ago. We ain't seen you. Okay, we ain't seen you in a minute.
I've been watching, man. I just ain't been going live. I've been really just growing spiritually, professionally, things like that. Listening and trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? I know Wall Street talked a lot about, you know, his upbringing and how he was able to not let the street set the standards. And sometimes we don't talk about the people who was kind of born in the streets. We wasn't really heavily involved in the streets and things like that, but we were so exposed to it that it was inevitably like our standard because that's all we seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, when I'm seeing the dope boys, and another thing, the people who was talking to their lady crazy and all that, those are guys who got the most sex, the ones who just the women, the ones who the most dope, had the car and the women, and it wasn't a lot of examples of, you know, the good guys winning. So I, you know, took the turn of being a womanizer in college, getting out of women, doing all that, taking that role that every other guy have, and being exposed, very, very sexual, and then get into a committed relationship where I had to break the mold. And I really am a firm believer that women reciprocate the energy that you give them.
That's
right. When I was seasons of my life when I wasn't loving my girl, and she showed me that. It's like I was looking at myself.
Wow.
That's good, bro.
Hold on, Raymond. First of all, this one for you right here. Raymond don't want to be a player. No. Hey, first of all, I'm proud of you, brother. Because a lot of women are thinking that brothers like this are not out here.
That they don't exist.
You seeing a table full of them right here. Matter of fact, it's a room full of them. It's some brothers behind the camera. And we got brothers watching the channel. I told you, them hardly initiated brothers, they look good. They healthy. All right, we got some healthy brothers watching this. Help me out though, Raymond. Give me an outline of this. I want to hear your 5, okay? If you need me to go, I'm sorry, your 4, your top 4. I'm going to go through them one more time for you. That's physical attractiveness. That is sexual fulfillment. It's respect. And then domestic support. What's top 4 to you, brother?
Respect first. Just like any man want to be respected, right? I'm gonna respect myself to go after the things that I want, and she's gonna respect me just by being ambitious. So I feel like that's just gonna be a reflection of her respecting me. Well, actually, I had the respect when I had nothing, just off my character and integrity.
Come on,
wow. For that. Wow. Right. Yeah. There's a lot of men who didn't have nothing who still had the ladies, and I was one of them. You get what I'm saying? Not because I was the best looking, just because I carried myself to a higher standard and respected myself.
For sure.
Let's say after that, sexual fulfillment, man. Honestly, I love beautiful women. I love women in general. Just going back to my days where I was involved with a lot of women, I got to understand them better, what they was looking for, and they just different in finding what I like in the women. So sexual.
You got domestic support, and then you got
physical attractiveness
last.
Oh, physical attractiveness.
He about to rearrange this whole thing.
Oh, man. The respect.
Okay, well, just want to make sure it's physical first, then respect.
No, he's saying
respect, then physical.
Got you.
Okay, respect, physical, sex, and then domestic support.
Domestic support.
Wow.
There you go.
Listen, a lot of ladies going to be retiring from cooking and cleaning now. They just like, listen, no cooking, no cleaning, just go to the gym, get sexy.
I respect you.
Right, exactly.
And I'm over here looking good. Yo, first of all.
If you look good and be sexual, men
We'll compensate. Yeah,
we'll hey, a man will be very patient with a woman that looks beautiful.
Oh, you can't cook? That's cool. That's all right.
I'm telling you.
Put on your red dress.
We'll hire a chef.
But you know what? Because the ladies talk about that too.
Yeah.
Because you know the ladies, you got some strong women of character, and they like, hey, look, I got all this character built, I got all this personality built, but the men are still chasing the BB aliens, the most beautiful women. They on the Instagram trying to chase these women down. You know, they're confused about what it is. So. Where does that rank? Where does character and personality come in at?
That's easy. That's top tier. But your character gonna be defined by your spirit. Your spirit gonna define that. Like that's why that's so like that ain't on the list. But that's easy. Like if you not, I heard something on the Instagram the other maybe because I've been off it for a minute. This pastor said, if you're single, run as fast as you can to God. And the woman that keeps up with you, that's who you introduce yourself to.
Wow. That's good.
That's a bar right there.
Really, really good.
Run as fast.
Say if you single, run as fast as you can to God. And the woman that keeps up with you, that's who you introduce yourself to.
Ooh,
I like that one.
I never heard that one put there.
Bro, I said, oh my God.
He was in his bag.
Yeah, he
oh
was.
my God. But that's realistic. Like, so if on the journey I'm on, my conversation is going to be about a lot of things, but we going to have Bible conversations. We going to have, I even read the Quran too. We going to have religious conversations.
Oh yeah.
And if you can't have that with me and you not willing to grow that with me, I'm good. I don't care how pretty you is.
Listen,
you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up.
The young lady I'm dating now, we on a curriculum.
We gotta have that.
Like Tyshawn see me in the morning. We in the coffee shop. We reading together. We reading aloud. Reading that scripture aloud.
I see him.
Wow.
I see him.
You gotta have that.
Yo, Raymond, I'm super proud of you, bro. Please let us keep us involved with your relationship. You 5 years in. I want to know what's going on and how this thing is evolving.
Salute.
Because I remember you coming on a few months back. I love to hear that you're growing, you're glowing, and keep going, brother. Much love. Okay.
Hey, much love, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you. Good to see you, bro.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. When a man, I'm gonna tell you something too, bro. I've noticed this a lot, bro. When a man getting loved right, he be happy.
Sure do, bro.
I be mad. I be so like, damn, dog. Like I be looking at my partners who married, and I be like proud, and I be inspired. I be like, yeah, boy. Once I get her, it's on. She over with. She's over with.
But then let's have that conversation too. You know the ladies are in the chat. I can't even see the chat. 5 years, ain't married her yet.
Oh, we skipped out on that one.
So I think
AO just hit something just now.
Close the poll on that one. Though. I want to close that poll.
I closed the poll. The polls have been dead on. The first poll we ran, or the poll we just ran, that was respect. Respect was number one.
Yo, he's a troublemaker, bro.
No, that's
I'm just saying it's like
I wish you would have brought that up with him on the phone.
But the reason why
he would have went rambling. He ain't got no answer for that.
And
shout out to Raymond.
And here's the thing. Here's the reason why I didn't bring it up on the phone. And I'm bringing it up within us, but I didn't bring it up with him. It's because I don't have a relationship with him to hold him accountable.
That's good.
Got you.
And so it's like for me, I heard it and I'm like, dang, man. Like even in the season I'm in right now, if any of my boys is dating a woman seriously and they going on 5 years.
That's a long time.
I'm asking you, brother, okay, wait. Are you connected to God in this? Because if y'all two are doing Bible studies for 5 years straight, God done talked to y'all already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like God done had a conversation, and I'm holding myself to that standard, right? So my thing is, now that we're dating, I'm dating with the intent of marriage, and I can't say I'm dating with the intent of marriage and I'm 5 years in.
That's so good.
I cannot say that, and I'm speaking to me, not to him. I don't know that brother. I don't know the situation. I'm not in a position to call you out because I have a platform. No. For me, nah, man. Nah. My guys, after 6 months, my Pastor Don, what's up?
Wow.
Like, what are you doing with this woman? Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to shut up.
Hey, don't get no ideas.
At the end of the day, watch this. At the end of the day, I'm still called to steward that woman, even if she ain't my wife. And stewardship looks like if I know you're not my wife, I need to let you go.
Yeah, I gotta free you.
Wow.
That's real.
I gotta free you.
That's maturity.
I gotta let you go.
I gotta free you.
And we are selfish as men because she looked good.
Yeah.
Let's keep it up. She got the nice booty. I don't want to let that go and let someone else get it. No, man. And the season now I'm in, it's like, if I know you ain't the one, bye. And I've done that. And here's the thing, I've done it wrong. I'll be like, oh, 90 days, I know she ain't the one. I'll just be out. And I'm still learning now how in the dating season that I'm in, I'm still required, even if she's not my wife, to steward her mind, her heart, and protect her. So that way when she meets my brother, who I don't know in Christ, I didn't create trauma in her life, and she brings that trauma into my brother in Christ.
Yeah. And you set a standard. You set a standard in her. You set a standard in her to know. Because watch this. Like, again, we've seen people be in these long relationships and not be married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what happens is the woman a lot of times is looking at the potential, right? And she's holding on to what can happen and her thoughts and that. And we start shaping that. What happens is when he sets her free, when he says, yo, we've been doing this for 6-7 months and I'm just going, like, this ain't it. He sets her free. She not even mad at that. She may be hurt.
She gonna be hurt.
She'll respect it.
Yes.
She'll respect it,
Yeah.
and she'll require that the next man do that.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you.
Hold on. Now,
this is important. This is an important conversation. Go ahead.
And what I mean, this is the thing. Raymond, he done jumped back in the chat. Like, do we want to address this? Do we want to find out more?
I don't want to address it because I don't have a relationship with Raymond, and I'm not in a position to hold him accountable.
Yeah.
Now, Trap
Now,
wants
Raymond,
cool.
look, Raymond, hold your explanation. Hold your explanation for another episode.
Raymond, say you ready to?
I just like the
position.
idea of it.
And I'm not married. And let me be real with you. Clearly, what I'm doing is not working.
Yeah.
So I'm not in a position to give relationship advice to another single man who's working, right? He needs to go sit down with another married couple and get that wisdom and figure it out.
No, but I could tell you this, though. No, I could tell you this. Here's where I disagree, in, because I have absolutely mismanaged and been so unintentional with women that I actually know what that looks like.
Gotcha.
So I'm actually in a relationship with a woman that you could probably say it's been too long already.
Gotcha.
And the reason is because even when I think it's probably going to be early next year, it's going to be 3 years.
Okay.
When I think about the first 1.5, 2 years per se, I can't say those were intentional years. Because what what us guys do, we think that having conversations with women and taking them on dates is literally enough.
Right.
Right.
If we're kind to them,
Yeah.
if we got a date with them, we got dates going, they not complaining and they good, we're doing a good job. That's how we define a good job.
Yeah.
So even, for example, when Pastor pulled you aside, he said intentionality.
Yeah.
Intentionality is just as intentional as I am with the growth in my business.
Yeah.
How every quarter I sit down and have a plan.
Yeah.
I have quarterly goals. I have annual goals. Before the day start, I'm stopping everything. I'm putting my top priorities for the day. I'm so intentional with when I'm building in my life. Why does none of that intentionality exist in my relationship? Why don't I have any goals for where I'm taking this in my relationship? Why is there no plan for where I want us to be in my relationship?
Right.
But see, a lot of us really don't have any idea even what being intentional looks like. I remember, actually, it was a while ago. You know, Ryan, I think about it. It was funny. I don't know when it was, probably like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Ryan had asked me, you know, how y'all doing? And I was like, we good. He said, so what's next? I was like, nigga, we good. I remember saying, I'm like, what do you mean, what's next?
Right.
We're good. We happy. We don't argue. We don't do anything. But
And I'm like, bro, you got to talk to that girl.
The
You gotta
reality of
find
it
out
is-
what's the next plan for you in y'all relationship.
it's a plan.
Right.
It's really a plan. It's really like not having a plan. I think most guys really have no plan for the relationship. So the end date or the goal of marriage is all indefinite and airy-fairy.
Hey, yo, about to spit that fire.
But see, that's why I'm saying you can talk to a brother like that because we've all had that kind of relationship with a woman.
Absolutely. What's the date?
Oh, first of all,
I'm not talking
Now-
about marriage.
well, what's the plan?
No, what's
Is
the
the-
date?
the
What
date
is the
for what?
date that we check in on the status of our relationship? What's the date of when we sit down with an accountability partner who gives us wisdom and guidance on how to steward the season it's in? We don't have dates, and we don't set stewardship in place. And I think as a man, I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking for no one else because, again, like I said, I'm single and I'm not perfect. But when I get into my next relationship, 90-day date, we have a job. We got a 90-day check-in.
Yeah.
6 months check-in, yearly check-in.
That's
And
so
in there,
good.
we assess the relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what at my job, I got 10 employees. When they come, it is them, myself, and another team member that assesses them as well. So for me, in my relationship, I want to go me, her, and whoever is our accountability partner. Because if we're going to be intentional, we got to have certain dates, and we have to have someone who is wiser than us and say, okay, wait, where are you going? And I think for men, and I agree with you, Tashawn, you my guy. I'm not saying you need to get married. Here's what I am saying. When is the last time you asked your young lady, how are we? Create the space and a place for her to be honest about her feelings. You don't say nothing. You take a notepad, you take a pen, and you write it all down. And you let her know, I'm taking notes. And then from there, you give her a date to when y'all go sit down with y'all pastor, or y'all go sit down with another married couple, and you ask her, do you want to get married? Like, do you see this in our future? Yes. Cool, great. On December such and such, we are going to go sit down with such and such, and let's start the journey there. I'm not saying get married, but I'm saying let's just start that journey, because at the end of the day, and I hate to say it like this, but what I've learned, we are the head. And she's going to follow. The pastor said, you run Wall Street. Whoever keeps up with you.
Right.
Introduce yourself. Keep up. That means she's following me.
She's following.
I'm the leader.
Yep. She's following.
So I got to lead in this, and I got to set parameters and structure that she can keep up with, that she can follow. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and again, have I done this, what I'm saying? Clearly I haven't.
Well, no, you can
You
do
know
those
what I'm saying?
things while you working, while you dating.
I'm doing it now,
Yeah.
but clearly I haven't in the past because I'm still single.
Right.
But in this season of my life, man, I'm just not playing, because it's like, man, July 1st, 12:01, Italy. I told God,
Bruh.
Italy, bro.
This
Italy.
year?
Yeah, I know you were there.
Insane.
Italy, 12:01. I'm in the middle of the sea in Italy, and I'm in tears.
These brother twins right here. They don't even know.
Right.
Right.
I am in tears, because I'm like, there's no way in the world, God, I should be here by myself.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put it out there. I was on a Ritz-Carlton cruise on the sea, traveling the world, $40,000, and I'm by myself.
Wow.
Single. When I say by myself, I'm single. I'm like, God, this should not be me single.
Yo.
And God said, if you would have listened to me, this would not have been you.
My God.
And so for me, what I'm saying, what I've learned is, it starts with us. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna shut up. I heard a pastor say this one thing to one of my homeboys who got married. He went on his second marriage. He's in his late 40s, about to turn 50, married an amazing woman. And he said, son, the reason why relationships don't work, and it hit me hard. He said, if I see the wife out of line, I see a husband who's not a leader.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
So I was like, whoa, say that again? He said, if I see the wife not following the plan, I see a husband that is not a leader.
My God.
And so I'm sitting here like, God, give me the wisdom and knowledge to where I can be a better leader.
That's good.
So when my wife comes, there's no question about where I'm going. It's because I'm leading myself well through God. And when she comes, she's just going to fall in line. And it's a partnership. And so all I'm saying for you, Tashawn, is lead, bro. You get married, man. Because shoot, I wish I was in a committed relationship for 3 years.
That's
my
a
nigga,
fact.
What?
That's a fact, bro.
What? Bro, man,
I
I'll
like
be
that.
gone.
I like that because it, again, leading. If she's keeping up, that means she has something that she is inspired to keep up with. If she gets fatigued, that means she's giving up on the journey.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
I forgot to hit the sound. Hold on.
You feel me?
He said, give it a real
If
sound.
she's keeping up, that means she's inspired to keep running. She's inspired to stay in the race. If she gives up, if she gets fatigued, so fatigue, what does it look like? Well, I ain't cooking no more. I'm not having sex no more. I'm not talking no more.
She anxious.
I'm shutting down, right? She's fatigued. Now that's why it's important to consistently check. So like when somebody running a race, what we don't know is when they running that 10K, when they running those long, because remember that relationship is a marathon.
Yes, sir.
There's tone setters in that race.
Yes, sir.
There's tone setters. There's the runner, and there's people that run on side of the runner to keep the runner going, right? So that's what that check-in is. That 90 days, that's the tone setter. Who running with us?
Right.
Let's make sure you still, how your legs feeling, how your hamstrings feeling, what's your breath like, how your arms feeling, how your back feel. That tone setter. Okay, cool. What's the next mark? We got another 90 days.
Come on.
Let's check the health of it again. How you feeling?
Come on.
What's the plan? Are you fatigued?
Yeah.
Are you emotionally fatigued? Are you spiritually fatigued? Is the communication fatigued? We taking notes, tone setters. And so now we got somebody like Pastor Don who's coming in saying, okay, let's check it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does this look? What's the hygiene of the relationship? What's the temperament? What's the language being used? Emotionally, how you feeling? Spiritually, how you feeling? Internally, how you feeling? Mentally, how you feel? That's what that does.
Yeah.
That's what that does. That's what that we checking in. So it's like he said, it's not about saying you trying to rush to get married or nothing like that. It's bro, I'm telling you, bro, I can't wait.
What?
I am so ready, bro.
Bruh.
Wow.
Like I'm on like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I done unlocked this love, bro, in me, and I'm like, yo, I can't wait to just pour it.
Bruh.
Like a fire hydrant.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you gotta realize, bro, like I haven't said this ever in my life, bro, because it wasn't like now, even when I hit, like I wrote that down in my head. Oh, season. Okay, steward the season. I wrote that down. Boom, that's good. Right, check it. Oh, that's good. Right? I'm at it. Like I'm an excellent student because I love learning from people who have already been there. I love Pastor Don, bro. I love E.T. and Dee Dee, bro.
Yeah, man.
I love Toll, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I be talking to Toll was on the phone with me today just talking to me. Like I love that. I love talking to my guy 500. We sit down, we go, hey bro, this where we at. He'll tell me like, nah, bro, like me and my wife done got into it a couple times, bro, but check this out. I love her so much. This is how we work past it. I love hearing married men that come up with solutions.
That's it, bro. Rather than single man complaining about it.
Yeah, he coming up with solutions. Now we ain't going with the flow. No. This is my marriage, bro.
Yeah.
This is my marriage, dog. Like my wife a little mad at me. Guess what? I gotta go figure out what I did wrong. I gotta go listen to her. Not listening to her to come up with an answer, but listening to her so as the leader, I can come up with a solution.
Yep.
It's a difference. We'll listen because why? We great talkers. Don't talk about you somebody like AO or myself. Oh, I could talk you out anything.
Facts.
It's what I do for a living.
Facts.
But I'm listening so I can come up with a solution so that she can feel safe.
Yeah.
First of all, y'all already see what's going down in here tonight. I don't even know how the hell we don't got 1,000 likes on this video right now. I need everybody to go ahead and hit that 1,000. Type wife in the promo code. Get your Hardly in Love dating cards. Wife, by the way, WIFE. Cop these joints and make sure these brothers, these are the kind of brothers that you need to be seeing on your timeline. I got the descriptions in the description, the Instagrams of these brothers.
Right.
Make sure y'all tapped in with these caliber brothers. And I'm gonna end off. Let's just go ahead and end it off here.
We done?
On this on a question. I mean, how y'all win feeling, brothers? How y'all win feeling?
I talk for a living.
I like that. I like that.
And I'm
got
learning.
1,500 people in the chat. It's popping.
I'm learning from AO right now. I'm learning from the questions right now. You know
I'm
what
learning from
saying?
Trap. What
Yeah,
you mean?
I'm here. Like it's not. I mean, it's not my show. Trap and Tuesdays go 3 hours every week. I don't care what we doing.
You see what's on.
Well, see, I definitely want to go here with it. I definitely. The brother said they going. Well, I got some for him
Just
here.
a little bit more.
I got some for. And by the way, we can open up a poll up for this one here as well.
Okay, I'm gonna do that
because this gonna be fun here. Because check this out. I want to start here because another big thing in our community. A lot of our emails, a lot of the problems the ladies are in, a lot of the problems the men are in are all consequences of the wrong decisions as it relates to sex. Now, the irony of that is sex is all something that we desire and we want, and we not all going about it the same way, and we not all going about it the way that we might be even told to go about it. But I think it's still very important to discuss because just for you guys personally, are you less likely to commit to a woman who has sex early on in the dating process? Does it make you less likely to commit to a woman or take her seriously if she's willing to have sex early on in the dating process?
I'm in a different phase in my life right now, bro. And when I was in the other phase of my life, I led with the flesh out the gate. And this is not me saying this to be here. I don't even want to share my body that I ain't aligned with. I'm just being 100% honest with you, bro. Like we don't understand the importance of it, right? We use it as just this recreational thing.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that now as a man who's doing a lot of work on himself. So I'm not saying it like I can't judge nobody else, right? I've been the person that did all the stuff, right? But I'm in the era right now in my life. I'm in that season of my life right now where like everything is important. Everything is intentional. Everything is like I'm in pursuit of this woman. Like I don't want to have sex until it's me and her. And if it's not me and her, all right, cool, bet. I'm back in this. I still got to steward the season. I got to steward this season like in an elite way. Because it's not even about the person. It's about me showing God, like, I'm trusting that you're going to put in front of me that person. And so I don't want to have sex with this person and that person and that person. I'm 42 years old, bro. I'm going to just keep it real with you. I done had sex with every type of woman that you can think of, the beautiful, whatever. But like, ain't nobody really going to do nothing that I ain't never really had done to me before. At this point, it got to be deeper than that. I'm 42, bro. I've been in the streets since I was young. I done did it all. So for me, that ain't, while it is important with the person, my person, right? So now if I'm not with this woman, all right, cool. Let's say we trying to do something else because I don't want to even speak that I'm with this woman. Me and her gonna get it. But, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get it right. We gonna figure this thing out, you hear me? But now it's, how are we spiritually connecting? Again, like if we ain't in alignment, one of my guys told me something the other day that was important, maybe like 2 weeks ago. He said, when you're going after he was telling me how he got his wife. He said when he went after his wife, he said he moved around in the world with husband energy. And husband energy didn't allow him to have sex with anybody but his potential wife. And I said, man, that's so good. I said, that's so good. And so like, that's the time I'm on. Like, I don't want to have sex with nobody in this era of my life, but the person who I feel like I'm going to be with.
Yeah.
So I ain't judging nothing. I can't say that. But for me right now, like, I'm good, fam.
Wow.
Understood. Understood.
And there ain't no pressure.
Right.
There ain't no pressure.
Yeah.
Because here's what happens with sex. It now pivots the relation. It pivots the thing. Because y'all connect, because y'all done had this exchange, now it can dilute things. Like it'll make me look over this because it, like she give good head, so I'm gonna look over how toxic she is.
Absolutely. Good car.
I'm gonna give. She do this that thing that make my toes curse. So I'm a disregard the fact that she's super insecure. If I don't call in 2 minutes, she tripping on where I'm at, what's going on. Like she don't. We have such good sex that she's willing to do so many things, but she jealous of the relationship I have with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no. Let's make sure we good here, and then okay, cool. Like that's potential. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
Understood.
Hey, yo, I think that the chat, they say, Anthony, shout out to Melissa. She says, Anthony, since you said what you're doing hasn't been working, have you adjusted your preferences? So I think she might be talking about this question specifically.
What preferences?
Or I think, or what was, I think that was in the past when we was talking about.
Oh, that was old.
He said it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, though, I mean, that's, well, how about this?
That's still relevant?
What should be my preferences, ask her? My preferences were not changing. What I'm saying is, if we're single, what we're doing is not working.
It
until
hasn't
we're
worked.
married.
Yep. That's a fact.
It doesn't mean what I'm doing is wrong. It just hasn't worked.
Yep.
Right. And I think that all of us, if you're a single woman and you're not married, there is something that you're doing that is not working. And it's not all on you and it's not all on me as a man. I'm just simply saying it's like, hey, I can't give advice to someone because I haven't found what works yet for me. Once I find what works for me, then I can give advice. I'm a money expert. Trap is a money expert because we made money.
We've made money.
It works.
It works.
So we can give you advice on what works, but I haven't been in a successful relationship yet.
Facts.
So I don't feel comfortable giving advice until I know what I'm saying works.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, let us know this too, because I dropped that poll and I changed it a bit.
What's that?
Does sex help or hurt your chance of a committed relationship?
Yeah.
Yes.
So take that one. Okay.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I think for me, I'm in the season of, man, I led with my flesh. I'm just going to be real, you know. And I'm in the season now to where I believe one of the main crucial parts of becoming a man, I think there's two types of male species, a little boy in a grown man's body and a man in a grown man's body. And if you're going to be a man, you got to control that flesh. And if I can look at I remember going out on a date and she was fine. I mean, the long hair, thick heels, walk in the room. I'm talking about the person at the desk was like, you are gorgeous. And I was so proud of myself because when I looked at her, I didn't lust after her.
Yeah, man.
When I looked at her, I wasn't like, yo, I gotta get this. When I looked at her, I remember sitting down at the table and I looked at her and she was like, hey, I just want to be real with you. I'm not having sex. I said, yo, I want to be real with you. Cool. Move that to the side. And for 3 hours, we had a conversation.
Yeah, man.
About life.
Yeah, man.
About goals.
Yeah, man.
About entrepreneurship.
Yeah, man.
About God. And if I'm going to keep it a buck with you, I left there more turned on.
That's a fact.
I was ready to go because the conversation had nothing to do with sex. And so for me in this season that I'm in, man, and I have not always been here. I said this on another show and it went viral. I was like, yo, I have not practiced abstinence. I just haven't practiced that in the past of me being a spiritual person in a relationship with Christ. I have not practiced that because I'm not a virgin. But in this season of my life, man, I remember, man, I'll say this respectfully. I went to Jamaica for, I went to Jamaica. And yeah, man, nice young lady. And she was like, yo, I want to get it in. I said, no. And here's the truth. It wasn't solely just because I was a Christian. It was because I respect you. I don't want you to leave Jamaica and then you're wondering, how does he look at me? Am I valuable? Like, I don't want to disrupt your soul that way. Not saying I don't want to have sex.
Right.
And I'm not even saying, because I'm going to be real with you, my intent is, and my desire is to make it to marriage. But I'm a human, and I'm going to be a man. I'm going to be real. I can't sit here and say 100% sure Anthony's going to make it.
Yeah.
But my desire is, man, I want to marry my wife. I want to marry my partner. And at this season of my life, I'm not allowing sex to disrupt that and to stop it.
Yeah, man. We got to be willing to deny the flesh, man. As men and as women, man.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like, and even that, like, when we'll give into the flesh. Think about that. Like, we'll give into the flesh and then have the doubts afterwards.
Yeah.
Bro. And I'm tired of that feeling, bro.
You feel me? Like, damn.
I'm tired of that feeling.
You feel me? You had a doubt afterwards,
Come
bro.
on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Wake up next morning like, oh, God.
Dang.
Why did I do that?
Yeah. So, like, it's being able to deny it, bro. That's why, like, if we
and
can,
that's hard.
And we can deny it, and you gotta get into, like, the habit of it. The habit of, like, having that conversation with that woman and not even lusting after.
And that's, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because now you get that out the table, like, yo, we ain't even worrying about the sex. Now the conversation opens up to something like, yo, okay, I want to do this again with you. You know what I'm saying? And as men, bro, that becomes a superpower, honestly.
What?
It becomes a superpower.
What?
Bro, I'm going to tell you something real gangster, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Oh,
so he blew my mind when he told me he went to
Jamaica,
Italy.
Oh, Italy.
I was literally out there. Like I went from Amalfi Coast. I went to Capri Island.
Wow.
I went to Rome. I went to Milan. I went to Lake Como. Bro, I'm dolo. And the whole while, I'm literally thinking about this woman. I'm like, she need to be here with me. Because we done did so much together. We done did Paris, France, St. Lucia. We done did Dubai. We done London. We done did so much together, bro. And I was like, yo, she need to be here with me. I'm going to say this, though, man. I was, before my birthday, I had maybe like a month and a half before my birthday, man. I flew this bad woman in town. And when she came in town, she in my crib, and I said, this ain't what I want. Damn. She in my bed naked, bro.
I've been there.
I did not have sex with her.
I've been
2 days. 2 days.
Yeah.
This is real talk, bro.
Wow.
I said, nah, bro. We ain't doing this. Because in my mind, I said, if this is what I want, and I knew I had been yearning for this woman, and I done flew this other woman. Now, we not together or nothing, but because we still in that separation phase, I ain't never reached out to her or nothing.
Yeah.
But it was after I denied that situation, and I flew to Italy for my birthday, and I said, yeah, bro, it's time. I'm not doing this. This is who I won't be with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about one of them ones, but I was like, nah.
Yo.
Shout out to Trap, man.
Hey, all the fellas,
did y'all see Trap face? He was like,
That's-
don't get it twisted.
Yeah, like one of them
And let me
ones.
tell you,
Oh,
it's only when life puts you in those kind of situations where you really see where you at.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
nah.
where you really see.
Like, bro, I've been doing the work.
Right.
I've been doing the work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the flesh, bro. Like, we'll get into it, but you got to be able to be like, hey, what we doing, my dog? I'm talking about, bro, I'm just like, and I know she done flew in town.
That's what it's for.
She ready. She
Right.
already understand what we doing here.
Right. Right.
Bro, I was like, nah. Like, I'm in the theater room watching a movie. Now I'm watching, what's the name of this movie? Civil War. I'm in there watching Civil War.
You going through a damn
Folding
war right
clothes.
While she there.
Folding clothes. She looking at me like, that nigga crazy.
You ain't gonna come get this?
Oh my gosh.
Went in my room, went in the bed, bro. She slept on that side, and I turned my back. She naked. I turned my back. I'm like, no, we not doing that, bro. We not about to do this, dog.
See, you nice. You should have sent her behind home.
I wasn't. Just flew it right back out.
Bro, I'm like, we not doing
Flew
this.
it right back out. That's all you can
I was
do.
like, bro, I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing this, bro. And when she left, I felt good. You know why?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I didn't take I didn't take
Absolutely.
advantage of her.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happen. You ain't feeling. You know, she might be like, this nigga crazy. She might say something like that.
But that don't matter. That
You know,
don't
but
matter.
I'm good with that. I ain't into you.
But
you
long
ain't
term,
did
she
nothing.
gonna respect
She
that, though.
respect it.
She gonna move
And
on
bro,
to the
a
next
couple
one.
weeks later, bro, maybe like a month and a half later, bro, I'm in Italy. You know what I'm saying? And I had just had this thing like, nah, bro, this is who I want, bro. I'm good.
And I know, God has to honor that. He has to honor it. He's like, I denied my flesh. I want to do better. God, he put his desires and his requests on God, and now it's up to him. It's up to all of us to live the standard of Christ, so we can get those prayers answered.
That's
man.
good.
You know. But at the same time, though, man, I don't want to sit here and act like I'm doing 100% everything right.
Yeah. No, not at
And
all.
I think sometimes Christian men, we lead like, yeah, I'm doing this, but then behind closed doors, we
Doing it all.
we doing it all.
Yeah.
man. And it's like, for me, I just want to be honest and transparent. Like in this season, because I haven't always been in this
That's
season.
a fact. That's a
And
fact.
so for this season,
Yeah.
man, the last young ladies I dated with intentions will tell you, man, yeah, Anthony was one lady called my mama and was like, this boy won't even touch me.
Wow.
Like, I don't think he's attracted to me.
Yeah.
Because he won't even cuddle with me and watch a movie. And I said, mama, do you see what she got back there?
Right.
Like, I can't cuddle with that and not want to have sex.
Yeah.
So in this season, I'm learning, how do I still be affectionate, and affection doesn't lead to intimacy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, ladies still need that affection.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, like, I'm ready, but I can't be holding you, kissing all up on you, laying all up on you, and then not have sex.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, you stay on that side of the couch. I can sit right here next to you. I put my hands around you, but I can't do those certain things. But that's something that I got to work on. And have I fallen short? Absolutely. I ain't gonna sit here and cap on nobody. But that's why I'm dating intention, because I mean,
It's this
brother,
season.
I gotta get married. Not for sex though.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get married for things greater than sex.
Yeah.
Like I know what comes with a healthy marriage. I know what comes with that woman that God has for you.
Yeah.
And I know what I can do for the women God has for me too.
I'm proud of y'all, man.
I'm very proud of these brothers over here.
That's good. Y'all got me inspired.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
our absence, we went 90 days absence with our mastermind group, and it just ended October 1st.
Yeah, Ryan was about to slay something tonight.
Hey, listen.
Hey, send her home. Send her home, Ryan. Send her home, okay?
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Ryan about to get right. Matter of fact, how about this? Because what's the poll on that? Can we close the poll on that?
Yeah, I'm going to close that poll out. Does sex help or hurt your chance of a committed relationship? We're going to open it up close to, 350 votes? 88% of the people say it hurts. It hurts.
There you have it. I mean, that's pretty unanimous. In fact,
Yeah, I agree with that.
I got one brother backstage that I want to speak on to this one. I want to get my brother, because the brothers, I already know how to, listen, my brothers is battling, okay? Especially my
That
brothers are
lust
hardly
demon.
initiated. I see, listen, we had to fight the flesh series that just dropped, and the emails that I got from my brothers
We got to read some more, though, too.
were incredible.
Yeah.
Some of the things that the brothers were experiencing. And let's go ahead and bring them up. I think we got my brother. Is he Justin? Let's go ahead and get Justin.
Okay, listen, Justin got that background, got that HD cam. What's up, man?
Yeah, bro, you got a podcast?
Right, exactly.
What's up with you, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
It's good.
Hey,
Man,
bless,
I
man.
Y'all's brothers, I appreciate y'all's transparency this evening, but I just wanted to speak to a couple of things that y'all had brought up, if it's okay.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, give me your age, your location, and your relationship status.
All right, I'm in New Jersey right now. I'm 41, and I've been married for 9 years last month.
Go.
Wow, 41 years. Are you single? Okay, so single, no kids?
No, he married.
No, he
I'm sorry,
married.
married.
Married
You got
9
kids?
years.
Married.
Married 9 years. Children?
Mm-hmm. No children. No children.
Got it. Okay.
And tell us
brother.
what kind of camera you got right there.
All right, this is called. They not paying me to advertise, so Anthony didn't be mad at me for telling, but that's a
Sure
red
will be.
Komodo.
There you go.
That's a red Komodo.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
talked over him. You ain't give him no love.
Well, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Some people were talking earlier about if the spiritual foundation is there, then everything else will fall into place. And I wouldn't want to. And I understand that they're well intentioned when they say that. But being married 9 years, I can tell you that that's not going to make you exempt from the turbulence that's going to be in your marriage.
So
I don't know if we realize how consumed the enemy is with undermining marriages. Y'all talked about statistics of Christian marriages earlier, but you're going to have all kinds of things. You can be the most well-meaning, God-loving Christians. This is a sanctifying process. For two to become one flesh, you're going to have to die to yourself, and that's a difficult thing to do.
Yep.
You don't realize what you're going to have to die to yourself until you get into that relationship. You know, now the spiritual foundation is necessary, ain't no question. But it's going to be a difficult thing. It's a beautiful struggle.
Yeah.
It's how one person described it. So that's one thing I would say. Is to prepare for that, because y'all had different upbringings, different backgrounds, and y'all trying to come together and make that work. Somebody I was there's a metaphor in the Bible where they talk about a house that was built on sand and a house that was built on rocky ground. And the storm came, and obviously the one that was built on a solid foundation lasted. Well, the marriage is like that. Looking at those houses prior to a storm, you can't tell anything different about them aesthetically. But when that storm hits, you got to have that foundation in place. It's not until then you realize, the integrity of the marriage and what it did or did not have. But the storms are gonna come for sure. There's no avoiding that if you love God. Now, the other things y'all talk about, the respect and the things that y'all rank in those order, several of those things are things that could potentially be permanent. Respect in a marriage can be permanent. Spiritual, your spiritual foundation can be permanent. Physical attraction is something we need to, that's something that is inherently, I don't care how much you work out or what, that's something that is inherently temporal. So we know that's not a foundational element. It's real important initially, particularly when you're young. Even the Bible says enjoy the wife of your youth. But also, when you look at that Proverbs 31 piece, and it goes through all those characteristics of a godly woman, none of those characteristics are physical. The only thing it says about physical beauty is that it's fleeting.
That is fleeting.
Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. So the only thing it says is that's temporal. And so we have to be careful with that as men. And even the sexual piece. You got to let sex and the marriage be like, oftentimes it's going to be the barometer to tell you where the relationship is. It's not a cure-all to remedy this screwed up relationship. You know, usually I can tell what me and my wife are based off the, our moments of intimacy. We talk about physical intimacy. Now we got this jacked up marriage and then sex gonna cure it. We know better than that. We see that in the world. So those are just some of the things I was
First of all,
do we need to get this brother on the show?
First of all, Justin went back in order and touched on every single poll we done had.
That's what I'm saying.
In order. And I appreciate, listen, look, the single brothers are here. I appreciate the OG of 9 years coming up on the set, giving us some context. Thank you very much, Justin.
That was dope, man.
For coming up. Is this your first time watching the show?
This is my first time calling in on the show, and I'm associate pastor of digital discipleship at a church in
Let's go, man.
First Baptist.
Salute to you, King.
Hey, man.
Yes.
Shout out to Memphis Tennessee. First of all, I love my initiates, man.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? All my initiates got the haircuts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Handsome brothers.
Handsome brothers living right.
Beautiful ladies.
Hey, look, next time you come on, bring on Justin. But I appreciate you coming up on here, brother.
He said something that I like.
Y'all, man.
That was a good
Absolutely.
word.
He said something that I like. He said, like, we don't understand how present the enemy is.
Facts.
Right? But what Peter tells us in 1 Peter 5:8 is be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, roams around like a lion seeking to devour. That's whether you married, that's whether you single, it's whatever it is.
Yeah.
So if you married, now you got two people, like he said, coming up from two different upbringings, trying to become one flesh, which is what the Bible tells us. You're trying to become one flesh. Yo, you know how much you got to not bump heads to get to become one flesh? I got to fight what you've been through. I got to fight what I've been through. I got to fight your money habits. Now we talking me AO talk. I got to fight your bad money habits, my money habits. I got to make sure we align. I got to make sure you spiritually align. And all it, and like we talked about the snake, all it needs is a little bit to get in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now imagine a snake turning into a lion. Imagine that transformation. The snake get in through the crack and then turns into a lion that now we in. Now we fussing. Now we fighting. Now we ain't cooking. Now we ain't having no sex. Now resentment starts to sit in. And once resentment comes in, we on a downhill battle.
Facts. Facts.
Right? So I agree with him 100%, man. It like, again, I talked about it earlier, like the social media gives us the aroma.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it costs.
Right.
We don't know what it costs for them people to be married for 9 years. We don't know what it costs for Pastor Don to be married for 30 years. We don't know what it costs when I'm listening to Bishop saying he been married for 40. Like, we don't know what it costs. We just be in love with the allurement of it. And like, I'm in that season. I know AO in that season where I'm ready to pay the price.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to pay the price. Whatever the patience. Yep. I'm in it. Long suffering. That's what it tells you a part of love is.
Yeah.
Long suffering, bro. And what happens is, bro, like we ready to give up when I done suffered enough. It says long suffering.
Long suffering.
Patient. Self-control. That's love. We not even talking about, and that's why I was asking my bro, like, what love is to you? He was like, when I love. I like, but tell me what it is. Describe it to me. He was like, man, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, let's look at it from a biblical perspective. Here's the characteristics. You got to think about, like, God loved us so much. He was like, nah. I got to go down there and see what they got going on. So he wrapped himself up in flesh and said, oh, this is what betrayal feel like. Oh, this is what hurt feel like. Oh, this is what it's like when they lie. Because he can't feel that as God. So he go wrap himself up in flesh and feel all the things and say, you know what? I got to make a sacrifice because they not going to never get over this. I got to go make the ultimate sacrifice because they not going to never get over this. Because they don't know. Okay, bet. I'm going to give my only one up. Because they not. So now it's our job, bro, to say, hey, that's love. That's love. When you come down, and I'm gonna just make it make sense. When you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and say, you know what? Because of how you feeling, I'm gonna look at it from your perspective. I'm not even gonna look at it from my perspective no more. I'm gonna look at, I love you so much. I'm just talking about as men saying we won't be. I love you so much. I'm gonna put my perspective on the side. I'm gonna look at it from your perspective, and I'm gonna make the sacrifice. Now we talking love.
That's facts. That's facts.
Now we talking love. When I'm willing to give up how I look at it. When I'm willing to give up my experiencing in life that has cultivated a prism on how I should see the world, I'm willing to give that up and sacrifice for you. Now we talking love.
Man, that's heavy right there. First of all, let me tell you, I'm gonna make Trap uncomfortable because I love the new Trap, man.
Yeah,
I
was not expecting this. This was incredible.
Absolutely.
Trap is on it, man.
I've been growing, bro.
The spiritual growth, man.
I've been growing.
Is tremendous.
I'm super proud. I honestly wish the brothers sat down and had conversations. Like if brothers were sitting down having conversations like this,
it'd be a better world.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, some conversations like this.
Yeah.
Bro. This is powerful right here, man.
And these are, and it's just really good to hear because these are leaders in the financial industry.
Yeah.
So now that both y'all are transitioning to really in the space of spiritual maturity is really phenomenal.
Leaders of the people.
Yeah.
Leaders of the people, man. So first of all, if y'all are blessed right now by the conversation that we having, just drop a blessed in the chat.
Yeah, that's good.
Drop a blessed in the chat because I know how you feeling, Rod?
Man, I could go all night with this. I you need these conversations, especially as a man. And when you get to talk to brothers, even just y'all being 5 to 7 years our senior, it just really is really motivating.
That's good.
Yeah,
and there's so many things that you try to get right in your life. Sometimes you try to do it all at once. But to hear kind of, knowing you guys, especially just Trap, man, just literally having a conversation with you last year.
Yeah. That was last year?
That was last year.
Sheesh. I don't think it was a full year ago.
Yeah, it just really gives you inspiration.
Thank you, bro.
That wherever you at right now, if you just put in the work, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It really feels good, man.
No,
and we just got to salute y'all too because you created the environment.
Facts.
Like me and his brother Paulo's been supposed to connect. But we don't even connect on a money conversation. We connect on a whole nother conversation that's not even a dialogue that's not outside our spectrum, but not with our audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a different angle. So I just want to appreciate y'all because you never know like what environment you are setting to curate. You know what I'm saying? You never know that. Like I remember, I can't even think of which one of y'all hit me about the idea initially. Who it was?
It was me.
Right? And I was like, that ain't gonna work, dog.
Right.
I was like, that one ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even saying that the environment was bad, but I understood where I am at.
Yeah.
That's true.
Facts.
And as soon as he told me that, I re-looked, and it's funny when you said that. I went to your page, cause Trap, I went up on game. I'm like, wait, oh, Trap on,
it's different.
Trap on, but I'm like, Trap is a line,
right?
Cause that's where we at.
Right.
I said this even better. I came back and I was excited with Ryan. I was like, yo, did you know?
And we was excited about putting y'all two together.
Yeah,
too.
and when he said, I was like, no, I said that works. I said that works. That works well. That works well. That one it ain't work. So when I got the thumbnail, I was like, whoa. Yeah. This ain't what I was told right here. This ain't an alignment, family. Right. But that's being so intentional about the alignment of where you trying. I can't let you. And it was like, yo, with no disrespect, family.
Yeah.
It was so like, hey, with no disrespect, like that ain't where I'm at, man.
Right.
I can't do that one right there.
Yeah.
Right. No. Because I can't afford for the work I've been doing to get refunded.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. First of all, I'm excited for anybody that we might have brought over to y'all tribes and y'all communities because we don't bring anybody up here that we don't absolutely, we wouldn't go to war for and we don't support. and intentionally put in front of you guys so you can also be a part of their lives as well. Yeah. I want to go ahead and absolutely thank everybody for watching this show here. Woo! I'm so excited to let you guys know that next week we actually doing the Soul Tie Chronicles. We bringing a brand new series for y'all because I know it's a 3-part series. I know what my community is going through. So me and Ryan, our job is to go into the lab, use our imagination to dream up how we gonna bring you the solutions to your problems.
Tell them who we
in
got
the most
too.
fun to watch way that you can do it. We got one of my favorite guests, Tyra Bodie.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, she's gonna come up in here, and she's coming with Pastor James Edwards' wife, Tiffany Edwards, for the duo. Wow. They never sat together next to one another. Then on next Wednesday, second episode, Dr. Spirit is making her return to Hardly Initiated, the world-renowned and respected therapist. Y'all have been asking for Dr. Spirit to come back, and she's coming. And then Tiffany Buckner is gonna finally come here to slay every demon that might be inside of you.
We slaying demons.
So she coming
Mondays
in
from now.
for the finale. That's the next 3-part series. So I'm very excited for you to stay tuned. Please make sure you have your notifications on for Hardly Initiated. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And do not leave here without hitting that like button, because these are the conversations that we need in our culture, y'all. All right, it's too much Diddy and not enough Hardly Initiated right now.
Big facts. Let me show a little love real quick. Shout out to a lot of the for all the initiatives putting in the super chats. We got Practitioner. Welcome back. I ain't seen her.
Welcome back.
She says, "Keep rocking. Great show. Good night." Shout out to Judith. She says, "Ain't you supposed to fall for her physical appearance and demeanor first before you notice her sense of respect?" Okay.
Little shade.
You're right.
Little shade.
Judith's going crazy. Emotional. She got another one. Emotional stability is coming first with me, because once one has their emotions in place, they tend to focus on their spiritual, financial, then the rest will fall into place. Shout out to Montana. What a beautiful conversation. Very blessed to have these new perspectives changing and challenging the way culture thinks. Shout out to JJ, another member for 15 months. Wow. So glad I get to witness this. I love this for y'all fellas. Shout out to Yali. This conversation is so beautiful to witness. The growth in each and every one of these men is so powerful. It will change the narrative of dating. And shout out to MR. She says, "I got married by default. Being connected to God, I ignored his silence and went forward with it anyway. I married out of my own self-centered needs instead of standing on what I truly believed in." Wow. Lesson learned.
Wow.
And shout out to all the initiatives. So we learning lessons. We're getting our soul fulfilled. We changing. We growing. Yo, this, I love it.
The brothers is doing it. Hey, look, this is Hardly Initiated. This is why we do what we do here. If you want to go ahead and be a part of continuing to build a platform, Lano, tell them how they could do it. Pull it up on the screen here. This is how you go ahead and continue to support us, along with every other product that we have here, including the Harley and Love deck. With Ryan gave you the promo code of wife for tonight.
Facts.
And if you want a good reminder here, we got to Fight the Flesh bracelets as well, because the conversation that we talking about, right when you about to, right when you about to do some wrong, you just need to look down real quick, and get just a quick reminder on your wrist.
And fellas, you need to get this, because the ladies will try you up. If you trying to have sex with them with this on, she losing respect for you.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, you won't even give it up. You won't even give it up.
And look, and this the thing. See, we gonna equip these brothers with some Fight the Flesh bracelets too.
They already slaying the demons, man.
Right.
But I'm so happy to everybody that was in here right now. We absolutely love you guys. Y'all already know how we do it. Make sure you tune in next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. We are back. Hardly Initiated. We are out.